Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? I'm not even going to share the stream link around. Let's just see who joins. Purple Mango, what's up, dude? Good morning. Sorry, swigging some water. What's up, Nick Filla? I won't lie, whenever I read your name out loud like that, it sounds like I'm about to say a slur. Nick Filla. Good morning, Ayala. Good to see you again. I like seeing these usual names pop up. Good to see you guys again. Hope you're having a great day. Is today Tuesday or Wednesday? That's how my week's going. I was kidding. It's Tur. It's Ted. It's between Tuesday and Wednesday. By the way, we will be opening at a new all-time high. You see that level there at 670? Oh, actually, we're under it now. We did go above it in pre-market, but we are actually right below that all-time high dotted line level, the Manila dotted line. I would like to point out that I am gonna keep this here. It ended up being perfect after we drew this kind of towards the recovery of yesterday. We were like, all right, well, if this does go up, where's it gonna go? We talked about that lower high from the end of the day before, talked about that day's open, and they actually ended up using it to kind of make their decision making, really. So that was interesting, which makes sense being around the open, but still. So today, pretty much we're just still bullish. You know, you're still bullish, but there are a couple things we got to look at. It's only as long as we're holding this for short term, for intraday. If we break this, we probably will see some pullbacks to this level intraday, which, okay, cool, we'll take that. If not, though, we should still see this hold and still see more all-time highs. If we don't just go and do that from the get-go. Again, that's, you know, pretty obvious. But yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with here. Let me know if you guys have anything different from what I just kind of covered a little bit. I know it's like a super basic game plan, but we're right here at the open, so I want to keep it simple. So nobody's like, oh my god, but he said this, he said that. No. Let's just keep it black and white. The needed new market risk for the day was U.S. stock futures struggled for direction as the federal government shut down entering its 7th day, depriving investors and policymakers of key data to gauge the health of the economy. Gold came close to $4K an ounce before retreating as the dollar strengthened. Also, it doesn't look like the government shutdown is stopping anytime soon because they've had a lot of like failed attempts of getting their, you know, getting a bipartisan healthcare bill, which is the next step to kind of getting back in the direction of, all right, well, let's shut down. But it's funny because the one side wants just to end the government shutdown and then work on those things. One side wants to work on those things and then get the government shutdown to finish. So it's like you have two different sides just completely on the other end of the spectrum from each other. No one's agreeing with each other, so it does look like we are going to see a continued government shutdown. And as you heard from there, it's already been, what, a week? Or close to... Why did it say 7 days? Oh, I think it meant spy. I don't think it meant that. They need to reword that, though. That was very worded weird. For a second, I was like, wait a minute, it hasn't been 7 days. Wasn't it like Thursday last week it happened or started? New all-time highs, guys. New all-time highs. Here we go. Well, I'm going to start sharing the link now, but if you've been in here, I respect the fuck out of you for being here without waiting for a link to be posted. I respect you. We are seeing a bullish breakout over the previous all-time high. Like we said, we've already seen this in pre-market, but it pulled back down before the end of pre-market started, or before the opening market opened, I should say. Be sure to like the stream and share the stream link around if you are in here. Highly appreciate it. And let me know how the music is. I know sometimes it can be a little loud because my settings sometimes fuck up, but let me know. Alright, sorry guys, I had to update some of my swings I was looking at. We finally broke our win streak. We had a pretty nice win streak going on, and we finally broke it on the swings. And honestly, not a huge loss, but it's still just like, damn, I wish we kept our win streak going here, that kind of thing. All good though. New all-time high is made. We'll see if we can continue to hold over this dotted line here. This is the old all-time high. If we can, then we should just continue going up. There's no need to even fear anything, really. So as long as this dotted line is holding, we should still see some continuation. And honestly, it's kind of funny, too, because this is honestly where you should be looking for, like, bear setups right here. If we see any kind of drawdown under this area. And look how much room we have now. So there's actually a lot of room for consolidation as well before continuation up. So yeah, I would be very happy if I was a bull right now. In terms of how the market's set up, at least. But this could also scare everybody. Us just holding an all-time high. You could see a failed breakout just because of how good things look, how obvious it is. I mean, we're literally just at an all-time high, at a new all-time high on a 5-minute. Everybody sees it this way. Germany has proposed raising the retirement age to 73 to prevent collapse of the pension system. What? Bro, they're evil over there in Germany. The retirement age to 73 to prevent the collapse of the pension system. What the fuck did I just read? Twitter is funny right now. The music is loud? Really? I have it turned down so much. There's no way. There's just no fucking way, dude. Alright, let me fix it. Oh, to be fair, it is kind of up in the mixer. But still, that doesn't make any sense to me. I honestly will never understand audio through OBS. It genuinely makes zero sense. I could have it like negative 100 decibels. And you guys would be like, there's music? I turn it up 1 decibel and you guys are like, guy, I can't hear you, Bueller. Like, it literally blows my mind. And I think I'm right. I think some people in here are on phones. I think some are on iPads. I think some are on computers. I think some are on a TV. I think all of you are on different devices, and that's why music is loud for some of you and the music is quiet for others. That is the only explanation. Because I've had constant complaints about when I turn music on, it's loud. But then I have a group of people on the other side saying, it's fine. I can hear you fine. So I have to assume it's depending on the device you're on. That is the only way. That actually annoys the shit out of me. I'm not even going to lie. Why is the loudness different for a different device? That has to be the only explanation. Because I've thought about this and complained about this for years. Is it quieter now for the people that said it was loud? Again, I call bullshit. No music is okay. Yeah, but I want there to be music. As the guy who is literally streaming this, I want there to be music. There's going to be moments when I'm not talking, and I'd like there to be some music there. I know I'm probably the most talkative streamer on YouTube, but still, I like there to be a little bit of in between, you know, not just void of silence. I've had people even be like, yo, are you there? And I'm literally sitting here just not talking because it's been like 2 minutes since I've talked, you know? So I like there to be a little bit of something there. It's like elevator music effect. It's way better? Okay. Yeah, that has... I'm genuinely just... I'm just frustrated because I have to constantly fuck with that. And everybody in here... and I'm not joking. I even wrote down y'all's names. Devontae literally at this volume the other day said this was fine. This was like last week or something. Right? But then today, it's too loud. So it's like, what the fuck? I'm not saying Devontae's lying. I'm saying the consistency of the audio of these streams is not fucking there. And it's really annoying as the person that clicks the stream button. Like some of you will literally be like, I can barely hear it. And then some of you are like, I'm going deaf. And then I go watch the replay, and it's quiet as hell. So I don't understand how some people are getting that quiet music to be so fucking loud. I'm not complaining, I'm just honestly confused. But I'm glad it's better now. I turned on a chill playlist called City of Gamers. Chill Gaming Studying. And yeah, guys, we are breaking back under the old all-time high level. I am going to keep that mark today. We'll see if this break continues. This candle's not closed, of course. But a break of that level and the today's open and the previous day high could be a short-term indication that we do want to go test towards that area that we said we have room towards today. So keep that in mind. Be sure to drop a like on the stream if you guys haven't already. Would definitely appreciate it. Read my posts about that stuff. Germany is ahead of the curve on boomers. I wouldn't say ahead of the curve. I would say that's illegal what they're about to do. It should be across the globe illegal to raise the age of pension status. That's what they did in America, like right when I was born. And nobody's complained about it since then because it's been so long. But if America was to do that again, that wouldn't go through. I almost promise you. Germany should be lucky they're in the EU, and that's not in America. It's not America. Because I'll be honest with you, that's got to be the most fucked up thing ever, and I hope every German citizen leaves that country. Because that's pretty bad. You might as well just kill every old person. That's basically what Germany just said. Raising the pensions to over 70 is a bit wild. Just Google the average age of anybody. It's from any country. It's not going to be over 70. That's just honestly criminal. That's why I reacted that way. Yeah, 67 is already absurd. I agree. Shit, I think 65 is fucking crazy. Bro, most people die at 65. That shit's crazy, dude. The whole pension thing's a scam. Like, your money, they say it's there, but it's not. I'm sorry, it's just not. And I've met people who literally have been promised pension plans and then don't get them. That happens a lot. The only reason that would get known about is if you were someone famous, dude. All of us people who aren't famous, like, you're gonna lose your pension and they're not gonna give a shit about you. Especially in this day and age when they're raising the age to get your pension. That is crazy. Bro, I'm not even old enough to, like, understand all that stuff, and I'm pissed about it because it's just like, it's insane. Think about your grandparents or anybody who might have been working their whole lives. Fucking insane. No, Germany needs to be, like, held accountable for that. But see, the problem is that's like, that's potatoes compared to the problems that are actually happening around the world. Like, that's nothing compared to everything else. So you probably won't see that get, combated in any way. That'll probably just go on right through. 73 will become the new norm, everybody. And then America's going to follow that right after. Pension plans, you won't be able to get them until you're over 70. An age that is just insane, not feasible. It's already not feasible at the current age. They want you to basically already be halfway in the ground before they give you any of the money they've promised you your whole life. $80 and $84? That's still crazy, dude. You're telling me you want someone to be over 70 years old. 73 to be exact. I keep, like, lowering it down to, like, make them sound better. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, you will own nothing and be happy. Exactly. I'm not even, like, doing the whole fuck the government thing, but that's crazy. Germany just throwing that out there is wild. And everyone's not going to comment on it now because it's Germany. Who cares? But wait till that comes here, man. Just wait till that whole policy starts working to the West. That's literally how it happened the first time. European countries did it, and then we did it. It's going to happen again. That's very shitty. Oh, you asked AI about that? I was like, damn, how'd you get such accurate stats? That's pretty cool, though. Let's go through a couple of the bigger or actually, let's go through the weights of the market first. Then we'll go through the individual weights themselves. We can see banks are up this morning, not really moving a whole lot. Healthcare dropped, picked back up. Energy, let's just ignore that one. I don't even know why I keep putting that there. Staples pulling back, which makes sense, guys, because we did see a large gap up on tech this morning. Discretionary pulled back. That's our Amazon, Tesla, Nike, McDonald, Home Depot sector. And then we got the comms, our Metas, our Netflixes, our Googles. Cheers, Tobias. Have a great one, man. Have more kids to pay for your Social Security. Yeah. Try that strategy in some Asian countries, dude. You're screwed. No, I just think that's criminal, dude. I really do. Imagine just working your whole life, and they're like, "Well, hold up, we're actually gonna raise that. You got 8 more years, dog. Good luck." Like, that's just insane. Imagine being someone who was about to hit the age, and then that happened. That would piss you off. That's a generational crash out. Dude, Amazon, you kind of failed me, dude. You really did. Tech gapped up. Why didn't you gap up? Why didn't discretionary gap up? What pissed off discretionary chart? What chart is fucking this chart so much? I need to know. It's funny I say Nike, Home Depot. Home Depot's still up there. But Nike's actually fallen pretty hardcore as a as a weight. I need to start saying Booking Holdings or TJX or Lowe's. That's what I need to start saying. My go-to is always Amazon, Tesla, Home Depot, McDonald's, Nike. Yeah, that was it. Dude, DoorDash is the 8th top weight in discretionary. That's kind of cool. Wait, I didn't even pay attention. So Amazon, Tesla, Home Depot, McDonald's. What is fucking the XLY chart right now? It's not. I mean, Tesla had a gap down. I guess you could say Tesla definitely participated. Amazon, you really can't. They're just kind of flat. So I have to assume the rest of XOY is like struggling. Yeah, McDonald's is down 0.5%. Okay, yeah, McDonald's is kind of going down. I have to assume the rest. Yeah, okay. I was right. I was like, Amazon's not doing anything. Why is XOY so red? Every other XOY weight is red as fuck. So that makes sense. Okay, we'll go back to some of these individual weights, then I'm going to go back to SPY. My internet is lagging because some of these charts are not loading quick as fuck. I mean, we don't care about Chevron, but I'm a little annoyed that's not loading quicker. Oh, you know what we can do? We can collect garbage. That would probably help. Ah, this is that watch list. Okay. I was wondering where she went. And as said earlier, again, seeing a continuation with, I think it was this candle we were watching. If we see any close under this and then a follow-up under this level on the previous day high, kind of a combination of 3 levels up here. I mean, you don't have to mark it like this, but it's kind of like this. I guess it makes it a little bit easier to see. That we would see a drawdown, and we are seeing a little bit of one now. Nothing crazy, though. I mean, I would almost promise this is still above the 50%, yeah. Of the gap up, which, again, not the craziest of gap ups, so it's not like you have to mark that fib, but I still like to mark it just to understand, okay, could this hold? So I'm going to keep that marked for a little bit. But nice pullback so far into, honestly, just a balanced out level. Like I was telling you guys earlier, it's probably not worth it to short from here, just because all of this is still bullish, right? So at any point, they could bounce this and give you any reason. They could say, oh, it's because of the 50% gap up. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of that. It doesn't matter. So decent shorting opportunity from here to here. I just don't recommend it because this is all still a very bullish area. So keep that in mind. But any break of the 50%, you'll probably see a directional move down towards here. If we don't see this break, though, that's probably your low of day, which is a little crazy to say at 8:52 a.m. By Wi-Fi or hardware? It's connected into the wall. So I guess hardware. They had to like run it over. It doesn't matter though, my internet shit. I don't have fiber. Which it's funny, they just did this huge thing where they're like digging fiber in everybody's yards, and they stopped right before my area. Pretty fucking insane if you ask me. Saying the F word a lot today, but honestly, it's just out of pure chill. Again, guys, biggest level to watch right here, right now is definitely the 672.07. If we see a bounce of this, not really shocking. But what would be shocking and what could be powerful and impactful for the day would be a hold of this, but also a retake of this area up here, and then see continuation up. If not, we're probably going to see rejections of this or a fallout under this 50% level, which will bring us down to, honestly, step one. I would say we're kind of ahead of the pace right now with this gap up, so this is honestly just a rebalancing pullback so far. And I want to start seeing you guys take action on some of these callouts more. I've seen some of the veterans do pretty well. I want to start seeing more of the newbies in here, or whatever you consider yourself, depending on how long you've been here. But I want to start seeing those younger people in here. I want to start seeing those the people who aren't actively trading as much. I'd like to see more of those people get a little bit more active in some of these updates. And so whatever we can do, please feel free to let us know. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. We are trying to get to 20 likes. It do be like that in this day and age. I was going to go reshare the stream link and trade floor, but they're busy in there, so I'm not going to bug them. You watch baseball, B? I haven't watched baseball in a long time, I'll be honest. I remember when I was a kid, I was like a really, really, really big Lance Berkman fan. Bagwell, Biggio, all the B's, you know what I'm saying? And then I think I grew up and stopped watching it a little bit. I really watched it when I actually played it when I was younger. And then ever since then, I just haven't really kept up with it. Wow, what's up? What happened? Potential rejection here, guys. Keep that in mind. What's the options chain looking like, actually? Let's see. That Amazon option is still where it was when I cut it. MO, complete loss. By the way, anybody who's swinging with me, Amazon, very, very small loss, but we kind of cut the head of the snake before it could get worse. I honestly blame the XLY sector, not Amazon itself, but that's another story. Today's the 7th, right? Yes, it is. The playoffs have been good. Oh, it's already baseball playoffs? Jesus. How is it? Who's all where? Did the Astros go? Are the Astros still good? And what team are you rooting for? I guess that would be a good question to ask you. No Astros? Oh, okay. Cooked. Blue Jays might eliminate the Yankees. What? Dude, what world do we live in which I hear that? I mean, I'm totally happy to hear that, but what a crazy reality we're in. The Blue Jays potentially knocking out the Yankees. By the way, huge rejection here, guys. That's honestly pretty good liquidity for downside right here. See if we actually get the follow through, though. Are the Dodgers still cracked out of their minds? Good morning, fam. What's up, Alexis? Good to see you, dude. What are you up to and how are you doing? We need to start saying the outro like in the Truman Show. The Dodgers dynasty. Yeah, I figured. They've been cracked. Fig is up 9%. I've actually been seeing that react a lot more recently. Where's my best shit ever watch list? Here it is. And honestly, for a couple days now, Fig has been doing really good. Pretty proud of that one. Like I've been saying, this is basically the next Adobe. Their product is already outperforming Adobe. That's not like my opinion or bias. That is genuinely what is happening. So that's why this is such a big watch. Honestly, the name's kind of funny too. Figma. Rain Day, good morning. Nice, dude. Is that good or bad? Do we like rain days? I'm assuming you do, because you have a green thumb and you like Plans to Live and stuff like that. Do you have to work in it? I guess is where I was going with that. Oh, you can chill. Okay, good. Nice, 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 nice. I talked about Microsoft going up and smacking this as well, both in Discord and Twitter, which I don't post a lot of charts on Twitter anymore. But I just really, really like this pattern. And it did literally exactly what that pattern is known to do. It bullshits, and then it keeps going. The 3 white soldiers. And then Apple, kind of funny, because I think the reason this hasn't broken all-time highs is because it's so close to all-time highs, and everybody's trying to catch that trade over it. Let me get that long. Like, I shit you not. If you go to any online social media, 9 out of 10 posts over the last 3 weeks have been people trying to bang on calls for new all-time highs. I don't blame them. The second this actually does break all-time highs, you will see every single one of those social medias like blow up with, "Oh, bro, I caught Apple. Who caught Apple?" Like, everybody's getting rich nowadays. So, I cannot recommend that enough to you guys. I really can't. I cannot recommend that enough. This is something I didn't really have to deal with as much when I first started, because it just felt like they weren't grabbing at people as much yet, right? 6, almost 7 years ago. But nowadays, you can just go to any social media and barely even really get into the niche of that hashtag or of anything you're looking at, like the stock market stuff or anything like that. Like, you could barely even search for it, and you'll get plenty of it. And on top of that, you have everybody getting rich. No one's losing money. So make sure you guys are paying attention to that. It's something I've learned as someone who literally runs a group of people who trade with real money. I have noticed that anybody who is a fake will post their gains, no losses, but every time that happens and they get exposed, their losses are almost always double what their gains they're posting are, which is honestly a little scary because some of those gains we see get posted are pretty big. So I cannot stress this enough for anybody in here who actually wants to do something on their own, actually do something with the market. And this goes as far as me too. Like, you really should have your own opinions. You should be able to think for yourself. Please do that. Because there are way too many people out there nowadays who just feel like they're getting scammed. But it's because they're falling into these easy traps of people who are like, yeah, I care about you. I love education. I love people in my chat getting rich. This and that, this and that. And it's so fucking disgusting. So make sure you guys are doing your best. I know we have a lot smaller of a community than we have previously, which I'm totally fine with. But please, on God, stay away from that stuff. It is honestly nasty. And it is pretty disgusting what people do to each other on the internet nowadays in terms of like stock market community stuff. I've seen photoshopped gains. I've seen photoshopped losses. I've seen it all. Stay away from it. It is horrible. You should never be following someone just because they post gains, large gains. If that's the only reason that their posts are popping out to you, you are also part of the problem. Because you're engaging in the whole, oh, wow, he's doing great. Let me just follow that because he's doing great. Let me not actually read anything he's doing or saying. You know, so make sure you guys are paying attention to that kind of thing. We've had people in our own group we've had to kick because of it. I've had people, and it's not even people who are like getting reps. That's different. Like if you're just getting reps on like a paper account or mentally trading, fucking more props to you. Round of applause to you. But if you're someone who's actively engaging in taking fake trades and posting fake results to make people like you, there's something wrong with you. And you need to find medical assistance. And I'm not roasting you. Genuinely. You need to find medical assistance. Because that is not healthy. You should not be lying to yourself to that extent. Because that's what you're doing. You're lying to yourself. You're not just lying to other people and hurting other people. You're literally hurting yourself. And that message will probably never reach someone that actually needs to hear it. But I'd rather it be said in here over and over and over again that you guys do need to be kind of just focus on yourselves, really. I'll never be in here and be like, dude, you need to be catching every single play I post. You need to be catching every update I post, like this and that. Like, I would love to see people actively engage more, yeah, but that's a little different than making everybody want to trade every literal word I breathe, you know? So, really be careful with that, guys. And there's so many people on the internet. I had actually one yesterday. I have to tell y'all this because of how funny it was. I was a little tilted, too. I won't lie. Y'all know me. But on Twitter, I'm seeing this guy get like not a crazy amount of exposure, but he's been posting this stuff where he's like, yeah, this is my strat, this is my system, this is my this is my that. And I go to his chart, right? Do you want to know what 2 levels this man had marked? Or what 3 levels this man had marked? This man had pre-market high, previous day close, and pre-market low marked. Now, where on the internet have we seen that? And I went to go to his page, and it's like, I have 2 other pages that, like, hate on me following this guy. And it's like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. It's just funny, but I don't even get on Twitter. I get 10,000 more engagement views than this man gets. And he's on here every day, spamming someone else's hard work. Now, and I'm not complaining, I'm really not. But it's stuff like that that really opens your eyes to the grand scheme of things in the trading community space. It is really scary. I mean, just about anybody can copy-paste anything and say, yes, this is mine. Follow me, pay me, do this. It's a little scary. And sorry for the ranting. There's nothing to really talk about with this just pulling back. It's been pretty obvious this is pulling back ever since this candle failed to produce any other green candles behind it, right? If this had any follow-up behind it, we would have been looking great for all-time highs again. But ever since this rejection, honestly, and that's why I said this is bearish liquidity, because they went back up. They went back up. They wanted to hold that as a bull. They failed. A failed bull is a strong bear. So, needing to retest this level, yes, possibly breaking it makes sense after seeing a candle like this. But still, I'd like to point out that a lot of your better short setups will probably happen from this area. So keep that in mind, that if you're a short, you're someone who wants to catch shorts. I mean, you really shouldn't be wanting to catch either side. You should just catch whatever pops up in front of you. But if you do happen to see that scenario pan out, this is somewhere where we could see larger pullbacks from, this highlighted area down here. A rejection of this, just to kind of add on, because again, guys, you're kind of stacking your confirmations. You're never just going to be like, oh, I caught that red candle. No, you need to catch that red candle. Did you see the lower high of that candle? Did you see this? Did you see the breakdown? Like, there needs to be a couple things that you see or stack up together from the same piece of context before you're getting in. You shouldn't just be like caveman thinking, you know, oh, red candle break level, I enter short. No, you need to actually wait to see, okay, yes, it went down, 40% entry. It went down. Would you have made money on that from here to here? Fuck no, you wouldn't have. Because you wouldn't have had time to get in and out. You would have definitely lost money on that. It goes back up. Now you're looking for that follow-up confirmation. You're already excited to get in. Wait for that follow-up confirmation. Oh, liquidity, nice. We're rejecting that. You know, that's what you should be looking for as a trader. They secretly love you, Bueller. No, they secretly hate my guts. Let's be honest. Imitation is a form of flattery. It's funny too because I went to his post and I just put bruh. He didn't like my post. He didn't reply. He didn't follow nothing. He didn't do anything. But a bunch of pages who follow me, he follows. So it's like, oh, okay, I get it now. But it's funny because there is like another bigger group, I guess you could say, and one of the people who literally own the group will post my system on a daily basis, and it's like, what is wrong with you, dude? If you're gonna post this every day, tag me every day, because that's where you learned it from. Don't be a bullshitter. And again, I've never once stated I invented pre-market high, pre-market low, but I promise you, go across the internet for yourself. Please try to prove me wrong. I am the first person on the internet who put together that you could use pre-market high, pre-market low, and all these different levels together in the same context to make higher probability decisions, right? I'm not going to sit here and say I invented these levels. But no, I definitely did invent, oh, if you're getting a break over pre-market high, that's more bullish than bearish. Oh, if you get a break under that's more... Leland has invented some of these things. The 50% of our gap ups, right? Yes, this is a feasible idea, but nobody on the internet has been spouting this shit in a decision-making process like we have. Oh, that happened? Oh, you're this. Oh, this happened? Oh, you're this. Right? Nobody has spouted that shit. So whenever I do see that, yes, it is annoying, but it's like, I can't really do anything about it, you know? I'm just going to keep focusing on my people. My people are kicking fucking ass. I put any one of my traders against anyone else's 10, and my trader succeeds. My trader wins that. 10 times out of 10 times. There is no fail rate on that. Because the people I actually teach in here, the people that actually pay attention, the people that actually give a shit about being here, end up staying here. There's a lot of people in here to this exact moment that have been here for 4+ years, 5+ years. All of them with a complete control of their own system. They don't even have to be here anymore. They could do whatever they want and trade the system forever. Because it's not my system, it's their system as well. Exactly. We invented a system around the levels. Very big difference. Not just like, guys, these are levels. Like, I never even saw people marking that when I started out, dude. It was all Ichimoku, Bollinger Bands, VWAP, which I don't even really hate VWAP. VWAP might be the only, like, intraday indicator that I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool, actually. I like that. It's good short-term confirmations. The 8 EMA, 9 EMA, those are fine as well. Anything outside of that, you are on drugs. You are focusing on a system that is requiring you to put together a bunch of delayed confirmations. Tell me how that's a trading system again. And what's the fail rate? It's probably a lot higher than anything. Retake of the 50% overnight gap, by the way, guys. This can bring some liquidity back up because we've seen a break and retake. Like I said, you're pretty much going to be bullish as long as you're holding this area. So the bulls have a lot of room to work with regardless of the gap up fib. So keep that in mind, guys. Seeing this pull back to here honestly might be a discount buy for a lot of your buyers looking for this to keep the all-time high look. So we'll see if that continues or not. Also, where did our XLs go? Because earlier, the one that's honestly kind of ruining this potential rally is discretionary, in my opinion. We had the tech gap up. They pulled back. They're bouncing. What are you doing, discretionary? Where are you at? We need your help. We need your help. So this needs to pick back up for more all-time highs on SPY. Banks are doing their thing, man. They're holding up here. It's crazy, too, because healthcare didn't really hurt us that bad today. Let's be honest. And this would be bad if they weighed more. That would be very bad if they weighed more. Staples even got a bounce. I mean, what is this, man? We should be seeing bigger green candles on SPY if we could see discretionary bounce back. I am certain of that. Again, guys, when you're seeing me break down XLs, you just got to remember that SPY is a really big-ass pie. It's a big blueberry pie. When you click Analyze here, you get a bunch of the slices of the blueberry pie, right? This one's a lot bigger than the rest of the slices. This is like whoever baked the pie, this is their slice. They're getting like over a third of the fucking pie. Then you got banks, which they're in a close third, I should say, with discretionary there. I mean second. What the hell am I saying? So you got XLY, that's what this is. XLF, XLK. XLC, XLV, XLI, XLP, XLE, so on and so on. So we're just kind of watching the major ones. I can't speak. Stuttering my ass off. But yeah, so that's why I put so much emphasis on discretionary getting some sort of bounce, because everything else is doing fine, or at least holding to the right a little bit, you know what I mean? Without like a huge gain or loss. But yeah. Good to see you, by the way, Leland. Sorry, I've been non-stop talking, dude. Good to see you, by the way. I probably mention your name more than anybody's. Your ears probably ring a lot from me saying your name when you're not even hearing. I'd show my losses to my fiance. She'd be like, better keep your day job. She asked me why I fail to implement every time I show her a chart. Love you too, Leland. It's always good to see you, man. I always make sure to give you credit too, because you really have. You and Harland are probably like my biggest influences on my own system. You know, it's always just been mark this, mark this, mark this, do this from that, do this from that. But you guys are definitely the only two people I can 100% certainly say that definitely impacted the system. Harland's midpoints, I think we can both say that was ahead of its time. And then getting the halfway points from Leland on gap fibs, and also a lot more than that, the candlesticks patterns as well. But I would say Harland's midpoints were way ahead of their time. Like, way ahead of their time. I was someone that only looked at levels, and even I was like, nah, this is kind of a mid strategy. You know, that's kind of how I thought of that strategy. Just thought it was mid. It was not mid. It was probably the most impactful part of each chart each day. And he had this whole thing too, where it kind of helped me with my system a little bit with the the theoreticals. It'd be like if we're under this level, you're higher probability seller. If you're above this level, that all comes from Harland's way of thinking. That way of thinking about things in a theoretical way. If this, then that. If that, then this. And then I'd say the other most OP thing would definitely be from the Leland side of things, where it was like, if we get like a big gap up here, guys, and we do just keep going, like, where are we getting targets from? Like, where? I really like the fib extensions for that. On our daily time frames for our more macro information, it's really nice to go to the weekly and draw that fib you showed me. I call it the backwards fib, but that is what it is. And it's just marking the last pullback. That's all it's doing. But it's also giving us forward targets. It's really nice to have that, because it's like, I could come up with 50 ways to get levels above all-time highs, but those couple ways are super, super consistent. I actually see those targets get hit a lot of the time. It's not like, you know, I don't see them get tested at all, so it is nice. And yeah, I jumped down to the 1 minute, guys, because I just want to kind of see what's happening here. If we get another retake of this level, that would still keep us with bulls. Of course, we're still bullish as long as we're holding above that bottom highlighted area, but any pullbacks towards that can happen, so keeping that in mind. So right now, risk reward is definitely on the buyer side, if we're being honest, everybody. But that's because we are inside of the two highlighted areas. If we were to see a break of that, another rejection of the 50% of the gap up, that's not a good sign. That could be an early indicator that sellers are still very present. But right here, the risk reward is favoring buyers right now. For your intraday range right here between the two highlighted areas. Overnight gap fib extension lines up with the pre-market high. Damn. The minus 50% does? That's pretty crazy. I did not see that myself. Thank you guys for all the likes on the stream too. Thank you for everybody showing up. If you guys have anything to share, please feel free to share. Engage, interact, whatever you want to do. Just don't be toxic. Be uplifting to other people in here, especially if you see someone here who's definitely, you know, a lot more of a newbie than you. You know, just be chill. Be the cool uncle we all wanted. I've been yapping a lot. How is everybody in the stream? I appreciate anybody in here too who is trying to interact at least a little bit. It does help me. Not really with the channel, I just, with my sanity. You still have Harlan's midpoint study on my chart to this day. You're a legend. And what do y'all think? If we can get to 25 likes, we should do another end of day stream. Which, if you didn't catch the last one, I highly recommend it, honestly. It was really fun. I'll make this to where you can see if Spy continues falling or not. But if you go to the channel and you click live, all the red dot streams are just kind of like my usual thing. But this blue dot stream here, this is honestly pretty special because we got to go through a lot of different setups. The scanners I used to kind of help me isolate different setups I'm trying to find based on certain criteria. And we go over all of that criteria in this breakdown, so please feel free to. There's plenty of playlists for you to go through and find the same information as well, but this is definitely going to be your most recent. So definitely check that out. We even swung Google that day, so that was cool. Yeah, so the government shutdown was 5 to 6 days ago, so we're working towards our 7th day, which is a little crazy to say out loud. But yeah, if we can get to 25 likes, I will do another one of those streams today. I think that was Monday we did that first one. Is this the daily? Oh, that's the monthly. Wait, no, that is the 1 minute. What am I seeing wrong on your chart? What the fuck? What is that candle you're drawing? It is this chart. I was right. That threw me off for a second, I won't lie. Oh wait, I'm drawing. I literally just explained what that fib is and then I was about to draw it wrong. Draw it backwards so we can see it. And then he has this marked for some reason. I will keep that marked. Alright. Now I have the same SPX levels as Leland. Well, in terms of the monthly. And I just totally deleted my own chart. Honestly, it's been kind of cheating, but like you really could just straight up add like 50% to every chart and just get like the best level each day. It's so weird. And then like if we have like a gap up, that kind of thing, or even like this. It's kind of funny. Technically, it did hit 2 of the targets too from this gap up. Oh, monthly. Yeah, it took me a second. I'm not gonna lie, I saw 1M and I was like, this is definitely the monthly, right? And then I went to the 1 minute, I was like, where are these candles? No, thank you for that. I really like that a lot. I've been trying to update my SPX in the premium trade floor more because I don't want people just to all be looking at that, but it has also been fun to have both just to kind of have it ready. I feel like it definitely helps with like visualization practice by having both this and SPY charted, or going through them at least. I feel like it just gives you like such good vision. I don't know how else to explain that. It doesn't actually increase your vision, I'm just saying. It feels that way. It feels like your intuition like picks up by having an understanding of what SPX can do from where, and same thing as SPY. But yeah, I like that look as well because it kind of shows if we do keep going up, what is possible. 6803, very possible. Oh, by the way, great job, Kevo. I didn't have time to look at all of the trade floor, of course, but I'm just now seeing some of your PayPal gains, dude. Great work. Of course, this man put more money into Bull. Honestly, respect the shit out of that. $25 likes already. I genuinely thought I was going to have to repeat that a few more times later, but we're already there. Okay, well done. We'll do this stream later. I started at about 1 my time, 2 EST. It's the last 2 hours of the market. And I only do that because that's generally when I do start looking at my scanner and start looking at those things. And then I try to find a swing towards the last hour or 30 minutes of the day. But typically towards the last hour, so I have a little bit of room before the end of the day. And we are still seeing a rejection, by the way, on SPY, if anybody is just now clicking back on here. Rejection of this 50% of this gap up is not a great early on sign. And we're testing the area that we talked about us being a bear under. If we see this break, this is where a bigger drawback can happen. But bulls gave themselves a lot of room, though, so keep that in mind. They started up here. They even made a new all-time high. They had all this room today, and they already used it all. So keep in mind that this is still definitely in favor of buyers until we see this break. Keep that in mind. Yes, it is a good sign to have already seen this reject. I'm not arguing that. Yes, we've seen other stacking confirmations on top of that. Keep that in mind, though. This is literally what happened the last 3 sessions. My bad, guys. I'm catching up. I think I'm going to invest into a metal detector. Gold almost... Oh, yeah. You should. Deadass. Because, yeah, gold is, like, way too high to just be passed up on like this. That's actually a good idea. Like the stream. Thank you, Kevo. I appreciate you, dude. And good job on PayPal, dude. Seriously. What you guys think about the swings looking decent above 66 for calls? Think about what for swing? Oh, about KO for swings. Let me check in a second. Something will happen in the news when price hits that level. Just oh yeah, it'll be like some crazy huge worldwide event. Glad to see you, fam. Glading claustrophobic. I feel like I'm trapped in an elevator. Wait, what? What are you doing? Are you talking about SPY price action? Gap filled bear target hit. Great work by Dr. J on that update. I want to see that too. When I see that happen, I want to see in trade floor like, yo, gap filled. Fill your gap. Shut up, lag. Headed to previous day control point? Very possible. Which I did not mark that, but I kept this level on because I thought this was a crazy level. I'm going to keep it labeled as insane level. The fact that that lined up with a gap, and it was a day's halfway point, and I'm pretty sure it lined up with the gap up halfway. It was like 3 things lined up with this one. I was just so impressed with that level. But yeah, 670.98. That is your previous day control point. 670.90s. So not far off of this area. But like I said, I will not be shocked if we see another break and retake of this area yet again. It's what sellers did to go down. It's what buyers did to go up. So this area right here is pretty freaking important. I'm glad we kept that mark from yesterday. So we'll see if sellers keep continuing or what's about to happen. But it's been pretty good early seller confirmations. We talked about it here and here. Even with the risk reward picking up that buyers could hold this year. So nice little drawback for the bear target. Like Dr. J already said. We'll see if things get worse though. The thing is if sellers keep continuing this or not. So far they are. No, you. What is going on, Dag Taleth? What's going on? I had to uninstall everything, by the way, because BF6 is coming out. Oh, I love the neck pops. Huge red candle, by the way. Pretty big red candle breaking this area. The 500 billion gig game. It's not 500 billion gigs. It was like 60. It was like 60 or 64 or 65. It wasn't that big. The pre-download that was, which I don't know if that's everything or not. And I only uninstalled everything because I put it on my main drive and I don't want things to lag. I probably do need to reinstall Total though and put it back on the other drive. GTA 6 about to, oh dude, if GTA 6 isn't over 100 gigabytes, I'll be surprised. It has to be over 100. There's no freaking way. I think another big thing with that game, if it ever comes out, is the fact that like there's the AI company that they got, where they're like generating buildings and things like that. Like that's such a crazy thing. Now the GTA release will be pretty like iconic, I think. Pretty monumental. When it ever happens, who knows, you know? Whenever it happens, it'll probably be pretty monumental. I see it as a thing that like just can't fail. There's just no way. They're not gonna mess that up. But hey, who knows? If EA and Activision and all these other companies can do it, so can they. Even Nintendo's becoming a little bit of a... I don't even know what to call them. Just a piece of shit, really. It is funny how the developers of games have like slowly decayed. One by one. Who's next? Ooh, nice data from Robert Taylor here. My good boy Robert. He said, market's working on its 8th green day in terms of percentage. So a red close would be nice in terms of taking a break. Who thinks we should ban Robert? No, I'm kidding. But no, I think you're right, Rob. Rob Taylor. That's why we keep him around, honestly. He thinks he's still in here because he gave me that $10,000 check under the table, but it's not because of that. It's because of that information right there. Imagine paying someone $10K to stay in their group. That would be great. You can be my friend if you give me $10K. Like I said, guys, won't be surprised if we see a break and retake here. Good timing on that information too, Rob. I think it's funny you say that as we're like at the part of the chart that actually could lead us to a bigger red day here. Which if anybody is looking at this to reject and looking for breakdowns, honestly, the same day 671s aren't that bad. Speaking of GTA 6, Take-Two Interactive is almost at all... No fucking way. You are lying to me. You are lying your ass off. Oh. Nah, bro. Nah. Nah. I'm just not gonna believe it. I'm just gonna live in my own fantasy world where that doesn't happen. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I just figure this out? GTA 6 is never going to come out. Take-Two Interactive stock is just going to keep going up. Oh my god. They're geniuses. They knew if they prolonged the only game that will definitely succeed when it comes out, they knew that that would make the stock price go up. That's why they keep fucking us over. Honestly, I can't hate them. I mean, they're famous for making literally every tycoon game anyone's ever played, and then Rockstar. Buy the rumor, sell the news. No news, no selling. Exactly, dude. They literally broke the code. Oh my god, that took me a second to think about. Take-Two Interactive might be the smartest company in the world. I bet you could go back like 3 years and hear me roasting them. Well, that was a pretty good attempt of a retake after the low of day right there. But this is still bear favored after being under the highlighted area, guys. Like I said, those 671s don't look bad. If you see a pop over 671.63, that's probably going to see a short-term move into the 672. Not a huge area, not a huge amount of movement, but I have to say it. CCCX. Is that really the ticker, Rob? It is a SPAC that is becoming a quantum computing stock, and we all know how crazy quantum computing is getting. Oh my god. We are already up profits. Guys, we're rich. We can go join Take-Two Interactive in the upper echelons of society. Oh my god, we're rich. Oh, wait, I forgot to say, guys, who all joined that with me? Who's all rich? Let's see if we get some more follow-through, but that's already not that bad considering the amount of movement and pacing this is getting. I trimmed most there because that's crazy that already happened. I only did it too because that failed. The whole liquidation thing. If Leland was here, he'd be proud. Bad bull equals good bear. Ah, God, I love water. If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you. Those contracts are up 40%. Brother. Why did that happen so quick? Why can't my callouts last longer than 10 seconds? If I call out a swing, the next day the first two candles give us our stop loss or our take profit. There is no in between. I guess I can't complain. If there is a God, he's giving me quick trades. So I guess I can't complain. 27% all out. Dude, good shit, Mikey. Round of applause for Mikey. This is actually Michael Jordan on his alt account. Good shit. If Michael Jordan had an online alias, what would his alias be? Baseball Pro? Baseball Kid 27? That'd be pretty funny. LeBron not GOAT. Oh, there you go. Oh, Big Mike. Yeah. LeBron not GOAT, though. I like that. Very awkward, weird question. You'll probably never hear a question like that ever again, but thought I'd ask it. Gundaris Teal. Gundaris Teal. Previous day Previous day control point will decide more blood. I agree with you. That's a pretty big brain message right there. If I could thumbs up a comment on a stream, I would do that. You are very correct, good sir. Previous day control point is the next most important level right now. Do I have it marked? No. But it is, isn't it like right there, like 671? Like 670.80 or 670.89 or something. LeBron retiring today? Wait, what? Wait, is that real? Is LeBron's tyranny finally over? As a Houston Rockets fan, is this real? Is the guy who made the Golden State Warriors exist gonna go away finally? Dude, knowing LeBron, he's teasing all of you. Knowing LeBron, he's lying. LeBron's gonna be like, I'm retiring, guys. And then he's gonna come out and be like, just kidding. I'm LeBron. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love LeBron James basketball. But LeBron James as a person is cringe. I totally get the people who still argue for like Kobe and Michael Jordan. I totally get that crowd. LeBron, yeah, LeBron's literally going to play till he's 95. I agree. He's literally going to play till he's in a wheelchair. That man has gotten generational wealth. And he's putting his family on. Like, that man has beyond made it. He is pretty cringe, though. The screaming meme. Report. I don't know. Who's y'all's basketball GOAT? Or who's your sports GOAT? It doesn't have to just be basketball, of course. If there's anybody who like tennis, you know? Or whatever. Would that be like Federer or whatever his name is? Or is that a golfer? He's 40? No, Alexis, that's literally what I was saying too. He was a legit problem. LeBron made super teams exist. And if you don't believe me, ask the San Antonio Spurs. They will straight up tell you. Nah, yeah, this was pretty much a team made just to beat LeBron. LeBron joins the Heat. Oh, God. He made Bosh and Dwayne Wade look like a super team. That's how good LeBron was, or is. I say was, like he's not alive. Like, no, he is. But he literally made Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade look like superstars. Let's be real here. The original AI. Imagine if the market trademarked AI. Federer's tendency is amazing. Okay, I thought I had that right. Nadal. I'll be honest, I saw this clip. It was I think it was Federer, but there was like a kid he met. And then like years later, he met him again and they played against each other. And it was like, that's kind of crazy. That he could still be like playing at that high of a level to where that kid could come up and play against him. I always thought that was pretty cool. Like LeBron getting to play with his son. Like, that's kind of cool. Not because like they're going to do great. It's just like, dude, that's kind of cool that they could even do that. That's crazy. What the older person has to do for that to happen is wild. He smells his fingers every serve. What the Maybe he's cooking. Maybe he's cooking and he wants to know if it's burnt or not. It's cooking up the tennis ball. There's a certain smell to it when it's gonna be going fast. That green candle is flipping red. We might be seeing another drop down here on the runners if anybody's still in. I am keeping a closer stop loss about right here now with the runners. Is it Ronaldinho? I can't say that name. Ronaldinho? Ronaldinho? It sounds like Ronaldo with the word ho in it. And I don't know how they got an N to fit in there. Ronaldinho. Trade posted, paper/mental. Bet. Let me go look. You know me, man. I respect the reviews no matter what it is. Oh my god, lag. Lag, relax. I think the part of that meme that made me lag the most, is the background picture. The background picture, or like with LeBron there. Oh, that's too funny. It's just a downtrend chart with a bunch of EMAs and shit. That's so funny. Alright, let's check out Linwood now. $671.80 breaking. Is this the 1 minute? It is. I always like to compare and contrast. That's weird. I'm pretty sure on my chart it's a red candle. I'm pretty sure that's the candle, right? It's this one, but... I mean, it's this one, but... On your chart, that candle's green. Unless I have that candle wrong, but that looks like it's the same candle. Let's see here, though. Which I think my favorite part about this is you have some of your... I mean, I can't really tell everything up here, but I'm assuming you just have your extensions up here. But I like that you have the lower high marked after it broke back down. Entry, pretty self-explanatory entry. I like it. Nothing crazy. Just yeah, good entry. No reason to make it super complex or anything. Good breakdown, and you didn't get out. You were like, all right, let's see if we get more. And you actually did get it down to the 671. Good shit, Linwood. I like that you held down to the second move down. You didn't, like, see a single red candle go your direction and be like, all right, I'm taking profits. Which, I think I'm about to cut my runners here. Speaking of that. Yeah, I cut them there. We'll see what else we can get from that. Any continued rejections of this will also be bearish. Any lower highs under this, also bearish. I guess I'll lower the chart now so we can see what the F is under us. Besides our current low, of course. Trying to keep the insane level on the old all-time high in the chart so we can see kind of a reference where we're at. But good job to anybody who quick shorted those scalps with me. Not like the longest of trades. But it might lead into another trade here. Which I can't believe that went almost up 40% that quickly. That was a little insane. We kind of entered towards the end of this candle, which is honestly perfect for us because we're getting in when there's still buyers. So our quotes are going to be really cheap. And then any sign of seller or fear or pullback, and we're just like, our quotes just start flying in our direction. So we got a little bit of luck on that one, but No one really catches luck without being able to grasp the opportunity. I kept Fibs on for the gap in the previous day. The lined up close. Okay, okay. Now I figured you knew what you were doing. I just wanted to make sure. And yeah, I figured the quotes were going to be a little different. Seeing that red and that the candles were still the same. It was just yours was like a green like hammered doji going up, right? And then mine was just like a red hammer. So I mean, it's not like it really changed anything, but still interesting that it was like that different. And if you are looking to short this, if you do like the lower highs here, or you see any breaks back down towards this, honestly, the 671s are still sitting there with a lot of volume. Not the worst Greeks, but like I said, I'm already out. I'm chilling. I'm just waiting to see what else we can get. If you guys have any other tickers you want me to look at, any other charts you want me to look at, let me know. And thank you guys again for all the likes. I'm happy that I was able to bully everybody into liking the stream so we can get a power hour stream or a end of day stream, whatever we're calling it. So that was cool. I do appreciate that. And if we're all being honest, those are definitely my more favorite streams. We just don't ever really do them. I think it's because I really like to do it on my own. I really like to sit here and just find swings and go through a bunch of charts on my own. If you sit here and watch my streams, too, you're not going to hear me talk as much on the end of day streams as I warned on the first one. But also, that's kind of a lie. I'll probably sit here and talk my ass off. So it really depends on what we find and how much stuff's in front of us. But if you have any questions later on for me about the swing stuff, we can definitely go through that. Oh, my bad, Alexis. I didn't look at KO, bro. Through all that ranting, that's what I remembered. What were you talking about with KO? Hopefully Alexis is still here. Should be. Yesterday was an inside bar. The mother bar Friday midpoint is 670.42, which is pretty close to the pre-market low. Messi undisputed GOAT. Messi is the baby goat. Whoa. I can't even put any weight on either side because I don't watch football. But I have heard a lot of the older heads say Messi, and then you hear a lot of the younger people say Ronaldo. It's like the LeBron versus Kobe conversation, but not really. I think most of us would say Kobe. Achieved. Good job, guys. I was probably going to do the stream regardless of getting the likes, to be honest. Alright, well, if Alexis comes back, we can look at KO again. He's probably just busy right now. By the way, good job to anybody who's been paying attention to any of my updates on some of the larger time frame charts. TTD, this was honestly probably the easiest setup ever. I wish they were all like this. But I had talked about it on this candle. Since that candle, we did get a little bit of a retest. And then just continuation up the whole time, really. So end of month contracts would have been a better play on that. So I have to take better advantage of that information next time. But this is still a chart we can keep on our screens for, or keep on our list for future use. I don't know about GE. We should probably get this off my screen. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to go through more daily time frame stuff later. Oh, I didn't even talk about this too. We literally talked about coin bouncing. It fucking did amazing.
What was the other one we kind of called that was kind of a hot pick? Oh, I said Open was going to have red days. We haven't gotten that yet. Boeing. I didn't say anything about Boeing. We were bullish on Intel, but I was kind of piggybacking ALST in the chat, Alst. He's been covering Intel pretty heavily, honestly. He was talking about it going up for a while back here, and it's done its thing. TXN, man. I really want to swing trade this soon, too, but we just haven't gotten the right setup. But I like the TXN chart. Alright, I'm going to go back to SPY for now. The 1 hour candle closed below the 9 and the 21 EMA. I really don't watch the EMA stuff on other time frames, I'll be honest with you. I just don't know how to interpret it that well. I'm more accustomed to like the daily for those, or even just like the 5 or 1 minute. And even then, on your 5 and 1 minute, I'm only going to probably see... You won't see me use it, but if I had to, gun to my head, I would probably only use the 9 or 8 EMA on the smaller time frames. Now, again, I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm not saying that at all. You can do whatever the hell you want. But that's just me. I don't have any good like concept of like, oh, it's breaking that. That means it can go down more. Because that might actually mean on the hourly, that might actually mean we need to see more dojis and more consolidation or something. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Whereas like on the daily, I actually do trust it falling down more or going up more when I see those confirmations. On the 1 or 5 minute, I trust them a lot too. But that's just me. I just haven't done enough practice on those time frames. So take that with a grain if you ever hear me cover that. But I don't think I'm going to turn on the EMAs and go look at the hourly because I haven't practiced that. So I'm not really allowed to sit here and be like, oh, Linwood, that looks great for this or that. You know, I really can't. And if you do share that stuff, like, please continue to. I'm just saying, don't let me change anything you're looking at when you are sharing that information. Because, again, not really the greatest on those time frames with those EMAs. It's not the same thinking as how you use them for the daily or the 1 or 5 minute. It's completely different. But I do appreciate that. And you said, I know, I just wanted to watch for learning purpose. Okay. I figured. You're always a good person. I didn't think you were doing it maliciously or anything. Any cool shows or movies or animes anybody's been watching? While we're watching SPY, decide if it wants to fall more or not. But yeah, if you hear me mention that stuff on the daily 1 or 5 minute, definitely pay attention. I'm very confident on those time frames with those EMAs. I'll be honest with you, I've been watching the 8. I know I said a lot that there's not a difference, but I have noticed it has stopped me from taking a couple of different swings. So on the daily, I have been using the 8, even though there is basically no difference. There is sometimes a tiny minuscule difference. It's literally just one number in math. And oh my god, the 671s are moving again. Those are in the money, by the way. Is anybody in the 671s? Dun, 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 dun. 30 likes on today's stream. Y'all are nuts. Alright, I'll be honest. I'll be surprised if we break and actually hold under this level today. The insane level, as we deemed it. Because it lines up with so many things all at once. So, I would like to confidently tell everybody here that low of day should be around here now that we have seen that breakdown. I wouldn't be shocked to see this be around the low of day. That's not to say we can't go down more and then retake it end of day or something, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if we ended around here for our low of day. So keep that in mind. That's how important that level is. So I'm done shorting. Even if I see that break, I'm probably going to wait. Unless we see some like consolidation during the second phase of rejection here, but that's a whole nother like 3 hours from now. But how was the stream so far, guys? Let me know. Be brutally honest. How are the updates / call out / whatever the hell we're calling them? How were the breakdowns on everything? Of course, I mainly go over SPY and some of its weights, some of the weights within its weights. But let me know. How is the stream? How are you doing? How's everybody in the stream? Vibe check. We are at the 10 o'clock mark just about. Stream has been great. Thank you, Garden. That means a lot coming from you. Of all people. Vibs. I can't believe Lag's not going to play Battlefield 6 with me. That's pretty fucked up. I'm happy I got to call out something because I genuinely thought I wasn't going to be. I was going to be really pissed if all morning I was like, guys, don't short this to this. Wait till this breaks. And then it didn't break all day. Like, it would have sucked if it went down here. Which means I would have been right, but I don't want to be right. I want it to give us opportunities to trade it. You know, I don't care about being right. I want opportunities for it to move. And if it actually did go down here and hold this, there was less opportunity for us catching a trade until probably another hour from now. You know, where those higher lows have had time on the back end of consolidation working back up. It probably would have been another, like, hour or so. So I am happy that I was wrong, and it did start working back under that level, which I guess I wasn't wrong. It was my condition. But still, nice to have that in our head, so we're ready for it. And I actually took time to actually put a stream marker on when I talked about the game plan for the day, so I'll be happy to save a clip of that or whatever. Or whatever. It's cool whip, bruh. Say cool, cool. Now say whip, whip. Now say cool whip. Cool whip. It's cool whip, bruh. What's wrong with cool whip? Wild things to say, we have FOMC tomorrow. No, we have FOMC minutes tomorrow. Why isn't Rob Taylor a part of the meeting minutes, or the minutes meetings? Jesus, I can't speak. It's pretty fucked up. He's an ambassador of the people, and they don't even let him within the meeting minutes. The minute meetings. Which I like to make that clear. When we have FOMC minutes, that means we're getting a brief description of how the Fed thinks a month ago. So I want to make that very clear. It's not like some event where it's like they're coming out with new information from today. It's like, no, they're giving us reviewed information from a month ago almost. Just making sure everybody knows that. I know my guys know, most of my guys know that, but I sometimes get the occasional, hey man, are you going to stream FOMC? And it's like, what are you talking about? It's not a live stream. It's information coming out about what the Fed thinks about from the previous meeting. It's a lot of their breakdowns. If they were to give us that a month ago, it would honestly probably throw the markets into turmoil. It allows them to have time to make decisions from the things they're seeing, from the data they're analyzing. At least it's what they tell us, at least. That's what they tell us. Yo, his name is Robert Taylor. What was the ticker you posted earlier? CCCX, that's right. CCCX. Do not let me forget that. As soon as my man posted Quantum, I was locked in. You said SPAC, it turned me off. You said quantum, it turned me back on. Stream is great, like always, not gonna lie. It's a vibe. Only because of people like you, Alexis. If none of you fuckers typed, it would be pretty boring in here, and you would just be listening to me. But I'm honestly very happy that we have at least some people that want me to not go insane, so I appreciate that. Thank you guys for conversating, engaging. And you don't gotta be fake. I don't want people to be fake in here. Be yourself. I say the dumbest shit up here, so y'all feel free to not say dumb shit. Just, you know, kind of follow up with some interactions. Is quantum the new AI? Oh, hell yeah. It's better than AI, in my opinion. That's what me and Robert think, at least. Me and Robert Taylor. That's what we believe. We believe human society should go towards quantum computing. Oh, wait, no, that was Letter Buck I'm talking about. But maybe Rob's on our side, too. But yeah, I would like to see quantum computing take over, not AI. That would be cool. I always appreciate your streams. Training alone is horrible. It really is. And I am sorry I have a little bit of a dirty mouth, but I think a lot of us are grown-ups here. And I'm not meaning it in a way like that. I think we all understand that. Have a good day, everyone. Bye, Robert Taylor. Everybody say bye, Robert Taylor. Bye. Bye, buddy. I miss you. To the bar? Oh, he ain't gonna be missing us. To the bar? Like the bar exam or like the bar to go drink? Bullish on AI quantum. Yeah, see, you find an AI quantum company. Now we're talking. Which one was that again, Doctor? Drinks. He said, I ain't taking no bar exam. You're high. Well, have fun, man. I hope you get plenty of drinks. I hope you get plenty drunk on the alcohols. Good shit, man. Always appreciate you, Rob. You have a great day. Guys, we kept dumping. What the fuck? Do I even dare look at that contract? I think I just croaked. I think I just became a frog. What the fuck did I just read on that contract? Well, I don't want to hear anybody in my chat complaining today. I said wait till this level breaks to start shorting. There was no hard short entry here. Even my slow ass got in. I don't want to hear any fucking complaints today. I didn't get a trade today. I better see 100 green dots in my chat today. This is fucking insane. Can we agree? These last two candles? I mean, that is nuts. I said it was the insane level. I get it. I did say this could happen, but Jesus. No. 671 puts. I called out 671 puts twice in stream. They are over 170 now. Bro, this contract almost hit 200 just now. My brother in Christ. Letterbuck a literal moment ago. Day is young. I'm looking for the daily outside bar if we cannot retake and hold the previous day control point. 2 minutes later. That was quick. Outside bar. I'm telling you, man, when we lost this area, it was a sign that the Bulls were not trying to go for all-time high. Said that at the stream. Us breaking this level, I mean, I literally labeled it insane level. So us seeing this is not that surprising to me, but it is at the same time, wow, what the fuck kind of thing, you know? Like, if you tell me a comet's going to land on Earth tomorrow, yes, that's surprising. But until I see it, I will not be that surprised. That's how that works. My brother in Christ. Yeah, I am not going to lie. Like, this was already like, okay, damn, that's... it's picking up. Ha ha ha. This... Okay, we probably are near the low of day now. Like I said, though, even if it does go further, you'll probably see it work back towards this level. It's so important. Unless we just have, like, a really, 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 really big red day. But I could see this working back towards this thick level again. I'm still hell-bent on that. Oh, they have earnings tomorrow? Never mind. Damn. OB on the day. Good call out, Garden. She said it as well. Good job, Garden and Letter Buck. Yeah, the first time I called that out, it was about 55, 56, 57, 58. It kept kind of bouncing. Second call out was 0.75. That contract is over 200 now. It's almost 250 right now. 245. 250, there it goes. Oracle lost nearly $100 million from rentals of Blackwell chips in most recent quarter. Damn. Rest in peace to the parking lot. There's $250,000 sitting in my parking spot. You think there was Fed inflation news? Dude, I don't even care. I'm glad I'm not paying attention, to be honest. All we had to do was sit here and wait for a level to break. And then hell unleashed. Like I said, little luck was on our side, but to be able to grasp luck, you have to be able to grab the opportunity to even get that luck. What's up, Dividend? Good shit on your gains, bro. Over 100% on your trade. Good shit. That's my boy, Rigney. That's my boy. It was me selling my 2 cons. My yeah, what the hell, lag? You sold. Now there's a green quote appearing. What the hell is your problem? What the helly? Yo, no, on the real though, guys, regardless of catching this with me or not, doing this on your own or not, getting gains or not, I hope you at least enjoyed some of the breakdowns. Hopefully some of this stuff made sense. I would also like to make this completely clear. These do not happen all the time. You do not always see big fat-ass dumps like this after we call out puts, right? Normally we go for like 20, 30%, not 200%. So I hope you guys understand this is not a realistic outcome all the time, but we are going to still be happy about this. So you're not going to kill my joy, but I would like to bring us back down to earth a little bit. We lost previous day control points, so I was like, I guess. But you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying, though, Dividend? All you had to do was focus on a couple of the pivotal levels that we talk about every day in here. And you saw one break, and you knew from the amount of practice we've done, from the amount of practice you've done, you knew, oh, wow, if this breaks, we're definitely way more bearish than bullish. Let me take my chances. Good shit, bro, and good job on your big gain. That's my bro who works night shifts. He's not actually my bro, but he's my bro. Works night shifts. Has to, like, go to bed as early as he possibly can, which is still stupidly late. And on small amount of sleep, get in here and catch a couple trades. So good on him. And if he can do it, anyone in here can do it. Because that man did not have the schedule to trade today, and he still took time to get over 100%. Good job, Rigney. Dividend bull, sorry. Let's go gold, go higher. Oh my god, Garden. Oh my god, Garden. Oh my god, Garden just broke my mind. That didn't even occur to me. That didn't even cross my mind. Oh my god, Garden. I forgot all about that. That's not even bullshit either. That is an actual indicator. Leland showing up the way he did was a great that was like him calling out to us. Hey guys, big day coming. Oh my god, Garden, you just broke my brain in half. Guys, everyone read the YouTube chat right now. Jennifer just said, thanks. Use your levels to make 350% on a call. SPX. On a call or a put? Either way, huge congrats. No put. Okay, I figured put. I was like, damn, you're a fucking genius to get a call on a day like today. I was like, did she just bottom tick SPX just now? I was like, that's the only way that's possible. You're good. That's funny. Guys, can we get a round of applause for Jennifer Young in the chat? I don't know her super well, but she's always in the streams. She's always positive. She's always saying good morning. She's always patting people on the back in here. Can we give a pat on the back to Jennifer Young in here, guys? Round of applause. Too excited to think straight? You should be too excited right now. That's a fucking huge gain, Jennifer. And think about it. You did everything. You could sit there and be like, oh, they're your levels, they're your this. I tell all my traders the same fucking thing. If you take a trade with me, that is you taking the trade. So you deserve all the credit. I don't care what levels you used. I don't care how long you've been in here. I don't care about any of that. You were the one that had to press the buttons, take the risk, trust yourself, trust what was in front of you, and maintenance. Maintenance is something that is so fucking hard. Being able to maintain yourself within that trade, managing the trade itself while you're still in the trade. You know, it's so easy to manage things when they're moving, but they're not always doing that, you know? So great job, Jennifer. Round of applause. Everybody should be round of applauding right now. You should be clapping right now behind your computer screens, your phones at work. I don't care if your boss is behind you. Y'all should be clapping for Jennifer right now. And yes, FIPO, gold going up. Let's keep seeing that. There was Fed inflation news, yes, but I'm going to be honest, I wasn't paying attention. I was focused on just basic call-outs, and it ended up working for us, so I didn't even want to look. But yes, there was inflation news. Not the craziest of news, but there was something that was released. Too excited to think straight. I could relate to that. You're probably shaking. You're probably adrenaline's rushing right now. Honestly, the best thing you can do is wherever you are right now, get up. Go walk for a couple minutes. Go get a water, something. Walking around will let that blood flow, let that adrenaline rush through a little bit more. And then you can calm down a little bit. But you deserve it. Good job, and I'm very happy for you. You're someone that I always see in the channel or always hear in the streams. So I'm honestly super fucking happy to hear that from you. I love seeing my people win. I really do. And I especially love it when you guys are in here and you're like, yeah, I just did this. And I can definitely tell you weren't just piggybacking me. You know, where I'm like, guys, I'm buying this at 0.78. Guys, I'm selling this at 0.84. You know, you actually did it on your own. You're not sitting here waiting for me to give you an exact thing to do. You understand, oh, he's giving me bearish sentiment here. Oh, I see bearish sentiment here. Let me take action. That's what I want to see. I want to see people doing things on their own, thinking for themselves. You can use me as guidance. You can use others in here as guidance because, of course, we're all just calling out the same levels at the end of the day with the same context. So, but it is still nice to see that. You're snapping? Not clapping? You're snapping? What the fuck? This isn't golf? Or no, what do you snap at? You snap at like those jazz things. Where people like sing in poems or some shit. I forgot what those are called. Snap, snap, snap. Too excited to think straight. That's how you know she's being so real about that. We all know what that's like when you catch a really big gain and you're just like a humming, a humming, a humming, a humming, a humming. Adrenaline's rushing. You don't know what to think. That's funny.
Excuse me.
Humming at me when I see Bueller IRL. Great stuff, guys. Congrats on that move. Thank you, Alexis. Thank you, good sir. Heading to the beach. Y'all have fun. Got a big win on app early this morning. Would go get a drink, but got to work at 2 p.m. Honestly, congrats, Jennifer, and I hope you have the best of days. Seriously, you deserve it. Great work. And honestly, before you come back to take more trades, whatever day that is, this week, next week, a month from now, take your time. Seriously, pace yourself. You've honestly done a really big hit today. No need to rush things. Great job, though. Go enjoy your day, and good luck at work later. You have a big-ass smile just from being here? Good. Because in these streams, we actually give a shit about other people's success. It's crazy, I know. Is she even a member? Who knows? Who cares? We have another leader in here. That's all that matters. I love the amount of leaders we have in this group, too. Because I know that whenever a dark day comes and I can't be here, or something happens to me, I know that this chat will thrive. So I am very happy about that. I am happy that we have a lot of people who I genuinely have a lot of trust in, I have a lot of respect for. And I can't even begin. Like back in the day, I'd be like, oh, it's just Leland, guys. Oh, it's Leland and Jason, guys. Oh, it's Leland, Jason, and D-Touch, guys. But nowadays, I can't even start to begin naming names because I will just be sitting here naming everybody in the chat. Like if I begin, I will just start, oh, this guy, oh, that guy, oh, that makes me think of this guy. You know, I'll start saying everybody in chat because I genuinely just hold everybody to such a high standard. Just if you're in my chat, you're built different. And it's not because of me. It has nothing to do with me. It's literally just how everyone treats each other in my group. It's a genuine community. It's just like, okay, you're not on task. I'm not talking to you. I'm only talking in Trade Floor if it's, focus, and I get that. I like when people do that. We have other channels for that. You want to go mess around, do that. And we like to have fun. Everybody likes to have fun. I'm kind of speaking like Trump right now. I'm repeating everything twice and emphasizing the second time I say it. We got the best chat in the whole world. I just hear Trump when I start complimenting our chat. The best in the world. I wish I could do an actual Trump impersonation. I could make that sound funnier. Man, I am freaking proud of today, man. It's only 10:20. And we still got the end of day stream to do today, too. Which, again, guys, that'll start at 1 my time CST or 2 EST, depending where you're at. And if you're PST, that's, what, 11? It's crazy, by the way. We winning. Yes, sir. We are definitely winning. What's up, Rigney? You got work later today? Please say no. Please say you got fired. Please say you got let go. Yeah? Damn. Son of a gun. Bear. Oh, I meant to DM you something, Rigney. I forgot to send you the thing. I did it this morning as market was opening. Where's your name? We always other your. There you go, bud. Damn it, just quit. That's what I'm saying, bro. I wish an asteroid hit the place where you work and you were on like furlough for like a month. That would be cool. Then we could like hang out for a month. Actually, I don't know if I could handle you for a month. Or you handle me. That song is stuck in my head, man. Not even the singing aspect, the literal guitar solo. Do you do live trading every day? I'll be honest with you, Abel or Abel. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I'll be honest with you. Yes, we do it every single day. Every time I start streaming, there is something done in here. But I don't like to label my streams that. Or even kind of talk in that fashion, because it genuinely brings in a collection of idiots, of people who don't really want to think for themselves, and that's the opposite of what I'm trying to do with my community. We've done a pretty good job up till now. I'd like to keep it that way. So yes, to answer your question, but I don't go and tout it off or like anything like that, because I'm not trying to bring a bunch of morons in here. Genuinely, any one of my traders are worth 10 of anyone else's. So I'd like to keep it that way. Eight weeks in the wintertime. Wait, whoa. Totally understand. Awesome. I appreciate you, man. Good question. I just, with the amount of people, and I don't mean to be like mean like that, like idiots. I don't even mean it like that. I just, like, there are a lot of people who are just unaware. Socially unaware, too. But yeah, feel free to join in whenever you want, Abel. If you want a review of this trade we took today, I'll go over it. I also called out a second that I didn't join in on, but it was just because it was literally just a follow-up of the first trade. So that was why. A little bit special. But we could go over that if you want. I have another stream end of day as well today. I'll be starting at about 1 my time. 2. I keep saying my time like you all just know what time zone I'm in. 1 CST, 2 EST, 11 PST. I will be doing another stream today. It'll be more swing related. I'll probably not be talking as much. But there is an example of that on my channel, so. But yeah. Today, we honestly just really liked the breakdown of this all day today. I was saying that all day today, I was saying that as long as we're above this level, we can see some really good bounces, right? We should still be bullish as long as we're above this area. So all of this, I just kind of chilled. I had a couple people in my chat short scalp this stuff. Great, good understanding of that. But that's not what I was going for. I waited until we actually saw the break and rejection of this, and then I was catching some of this. We called that one contract that was like 55. It went up like 100%. And then the second one went up like 200% or more. But I'm not going to sit here and talk about that because I'm not trying to be weird. And that was about the gist of it. Really just kind of waiting to be bearish until this area broke. I don't know why I'm like triple marking it. But once we saw the breakdown of today's open, that was an early indication. Once we saw the breakdown of the halfway point of the gap up, that was a second indication. So this already could have been shorted from. It's just a little risky because we had this area very close by. But having these pop up and reject gave us that early confirmation of like, okay, I don't even need a real retest of this. I just need to break this area and we can go down more. Now, we did get a little lucky with the big moves happening very quickly. Because as we all know, the faster it happens, the more money you're going to make. Most of the time, at least. But yeah, that was about the gist of it, though. Kind of had some warm-up signals into a pretty clear as day signal. And then it just kind of did what we always want it to do. Go in a single direction quickly. So got a little lucky, but we were able to grasp that opportunity to catch that luck. So definitely not complaining. And then since then, I've just honestly been chilling. I'm pretty dead set on us probably ending around here, though, today. Unless we just have, like I said earlier, the fattest red day ever. Which I guess is possible now. We'll see. But right now, I'm just reading the chat, going through some stuff, making sure everyone's chilling. But what does it do? Hold on, you breaking up? What? Am I breaking up? Are we breaking up? I don't want to break up. What goody? What's that, Maddie? Matty Ice. Matty Ice isn't so Matty nice when he's on the natty lights. Outside Bar Daily, good looks, brother. Brother man. What's up, Matty Ice? How is it on your rain day? How are you doing, man? My brother from Michigan. Turned into phone calls and paperwork type day? Fuck. Damn, Maddie, you're like a real grown-up now. Bro's got his own place. Doing paperwork on a rainy day. Be like Matty Ice. Be more like Matty Ice. And he controls the rate at which plants grow. Crazy. Bro, you ever had the Natty Light Catalina mixers? The Catalina wine mixer? Because in college, those were my jam, but I haven't seen them in ages. No, I don't think I have. I feel like I have seen them, though. Like, I know what they are, but I've never had them. It's a Catalina fucking wine mixer. It's the Catalina wine mixer. I'm sorry. I can't read that word without thinking of Step Brothers. That's going to be one of the most iconic movies ever, man. I haven't even seen that movie in forever, and I can still quote it. They were like cherry lime so fire. That sounds yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Cherry line dabs. Oh my god. New low of day possibly happening here with the rejection of that upper level. It is the 50% gap of the October 1st, October 2nd gap. 50% of that. Good rejection of it so far. If we see a new low of day, should see more selling. Which, this is where it gets a little hairy on my chart. Because we have very good levels all down here, but there's not a lot between here and here. But you could make up a lot of stuff in between here and here. Like, I'm pretty sure this day is 50%. Yeah, I drew that wrong, but this day's 50% could technically be drawn if you wanted to have a level in between all of this. I guess we could see what that looks like. I only recommend doing this when you have a wide space like this, but you don't want to just go grab like a larger time frame level. I would go back on your 5 minute, and a lot of the time you do have like another 5 minute day or a day where you can use as like another halfway point. So like using this one, it'd be too high up. Using this one, it would be too high up. So there's nothing in between here besides that. Besides, of course, just going to your larger time frame, seeing if there's an emerging candle, drawing halfway point. But that takes so much time. So that could be a good method, is just going on your 5 minute, going back a couple days, see if there's a day in between here, and finding the halfway point of that day to give yourself something in between without making shit up. Don't just throw a random level up because there's candlesticks that are holding the same level and going up from there. That's not helpful. Someone named Jellyfish joined the server. Jellyfish Josh? What a dope ass name. Do we have another Josh in the chat now? The army of Josh continues to rise. Dun, 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 dun. I got the Dragon Ball Z outro stuck in my head. Oh. Dude, every time I hear B typing, I think of a cat smacking the keyboard with its paws. Hey, man. Hey, man. There's a real person on the other end of this mic with real feelings. Who are reading those actual words with actual eyeballs. How dare you? How dare you? Cats have feelings. I have feelings. Fuck that cat. That cat has 9 lives. I have 1. He has 9 times more feelings than me. No, for real though, that was mean though, man. So what if I type loud? And the only reason it's not louder is because the keyboard is like as quiet as could possibly be. If this was like a regular mechanical keyboard, it would be like before, where it was like an attack helicopter's landing on your front porch. That's how loud it was. Shout out to Sinful. This keyboard is honestly the greatest thing my setup has ever had. Bro gave me so many free points for Mountain Dew to win a free keyboard. Can you guys believe it? And I've been rocking this keyboard ever since. I don't even play Borderlands. It's a Borderlands keyboard. Chaos loves company. Do the do. What's my favorite NFL team? Well, I'd have to go with the Texans, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't really been watching this year. I haven't been watching any sports this year. This has been like my off year. I'm just having an off year. But the Texans. If I had to say, gun to my head, Texans. I'm from the Houston area, so I have to go with my boys. I have no idea how they're playing this year, so if you were trying to rage bait me, good luck. If you were to give me any news on them, it would be genuine news to me. Because I have no idea. Please check trade floor. Okay, we're all fucking comedians now, aren't we? We're just comedians in the server. Wow. Oh yeah, IWM is doing pretty freaking good. Mods. Mods, ban that guy. Mods, what's freedom of speech? They destroyed the Ravens? What? The Texans beat Lamar Jackson? Actually, that makes sense. They'll only beat the They'll only beat good teams in the regular season. When it comes to playoffs, that will not happen. Honestly, I've been down bad ever since the Texans gave the Ravens Jacoby Jones, and then Jacoby Jones beat us in the playoffs that same year. On the same year, we had a third-string quarterback in. I've honestly been hurt as a Texans fan since that year. And that was T.J. Yates. That was T.J. Yates' year. So it's been a while. Oh, they didn't beat Lamar because he was hurt? Okay, that's why. I was like, no fucking way. I won't lie, Lamar's probably one of my favorite NFL players, though. If you ever watch like interviews of him or like documentaries of him, he is such a fucking cool guy. He's a gamer, dude. He literally gets pimples on his face, not because of training, not because of sweating, not because of football. He gets acne because this motherfucker sits in his mansion and plays NFL Madden all the time, and just doesn't go outside. Like, he's a genuine gamer, and I have so much respect for that. And he's not scared of it either. He'll literally tell everybody, like, no, I just play games all day. I don't train. Besides when he has to go train, like, because of football. But If he's like the Allen Iverson of football when it comes to training, he's like, nah, I don't need that shit. I'm gonna go play games. So I love Lamar. He's such a down to earth dude. That's crazy. They beat the Ravens. Cooper Rush. Eee. Damn, I am not missing a crazy year, am I? So who's doing the best this year so far? Is it the Eagles? Is it the Chiefs again? God, I can't stand the Chiefs. As long as the Chiefs are doing bad, I don't even care who wins. If I could get a year where the Chiefs do bad and the Eagles don't win the Super Bowl, that would be cool. Like, I think it'd be cool to see the Lions win. It'd be cool to see the Texans. That's not happening. It'd be cool to see the Lions win. Out of the NFC. AFC, not counting the Texans or Chiefs, I'd be throwing darts at a board. I don't even know who I'd want. Probably the Ravens. Target hit low of day last week. Jesus. Oh, low of Friday last week. Spy 15-minute inside bar broke down to the next level. You guys are on fire with these callouts. Let me get back to the spy chart. And yeah, I'm just chilling now. I'm enjoying y'all's updates, though. Jags beat the Chiefs? What? I stopped watching football and the Jaguars beat the Chiefs? What the fuck happened? It took me to stop watching football this year for the Jaguars to beat the Chiefs. Are you joking me? Aren't the Chiefs about to go through a Taylor Swift curse? Aren't like her and what's his name breaking up? Kelsey? That NFL marriage? Chiefs are 2-3? Dude, I'm not watching football the rest of the year. Chiefs better go 2-14 at the end of the season. I pray on that downfall. No, just give me a year, like a Super Bowl that doesn't have the Chiefs or the Eagles in it. And if we're being honest, last year could have been it if the Redskins, or sorry, the Washington, whatever the hell their name is now, that team, if they didn't like upset so many teams in playoffs last year. Commandos, there you go. Yeah, the Commandeers. Honestly, that team has gotten done dirty, man. From Redskins to their name literally being football team. Oh, you're a Commanders fan? Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all did really good in playoffs, upsetting. I think y'all upset one team or two teams. I just know y'all beat the Lions and y'all were not supposed to, and then y'all beat a team before that y'all were not supposed to, and it was like, holy shit, the Washington team's kind of cooking. There's always been like 2 or 3 players I've known on the Commanders that I'm like, man, those guys are good though, just on a really shitty team. But it seems like y'all are shaping up. I don't know about this year. Oh, the Bucks. Yeah, the Bucks. Yeah, y'all kind of shut up the Baker Mayfield hype. Or was it Baker that year? It had to have been. How was Baker doing this year? How was old Mayfield doing? Bounce at 668.66. He's still good? Good. I like Baker. Bro's got the heart of a warrior. And honestly, there's a lot of like clips of his like O-line. They all like heavily respect him. Not just because he's the quarterback. They seem to actually like him. Wait, Mike Evans isn't on the Bucks? What happened to Mike Evans? Man, I'm missing a lot this year. Don't tell me he's injured. Again. He's hurt? Oh, wow. Only everyone could have guessed that one. That is crazy. That sucks. Mike Evans is really good, too. Top tier. Damn, so he's not going to keep his streak up this year then, is he? Or did it already break last year? I don't even remember now. I'm pretty sure he had a streak where like he would getting like 1,000-yard seasons in a row. Commanders fan, so you know what it's like to be in pain. I think we'll get along just fine. Evan's streak is still alive. He barely got. Oh, that's right. He did barely get it last year, so it's kind of risky this year. Then, damn. I hope he gets it for the sake of the league. I only know that name because of because his name is so freaky. That guy is a beast. I haven't been watching and I saw his name. Rob Gronkowski completely butchers. I'm not saying this guy's name. How do you say his name? It says Rob Gronkowski. Rob, I can't even say his damn name. You got to give credit to the. It says right here, you could almost feel Rob getting nervous as he ramped up to say the name of the Buccaneers' new star receiver post game, and then he completely butchered it. You got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver at Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka, going for over 100 yards.
But Baker Mayfield also did it without his number one wide receiver, Mike Evans. And you got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka, going for over 100 yards.
Jesus. That's not how I would have said his name. I would have butchered it too, though. Let's be honest. That wasn't even a Rob Gronk is like a stupid idiot kind of thing. That was genuinely a hard name to say. Especially if it's like one of your first times reading it. I do like those memes though where it's like Gronk's like in his own world in the background. Bro's just vibing. We're still getting new lows, guys. This hasn't ended yet. We're still falling. I'll be right back. 1 second. And when I come back, this is going to hopefully not still be falling. I'll be right back then. All right, I'm back. They say Gronk has the good CT. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike Gronk, but we all know what I'm talking about. The Gronk memes are funny. Plus, bro's gotten a Super Bowl in his lifetime and like done all this crazy shit. Played with Tom Brady. Like, I think he's allowed to like have fun and be a big, idiot when he wants. I think he's earned it. How's everybody in the stream so far? Or who's all still here? I guess I should do a check who's even here. Who's all here that is going to be in the stream later today? I'll probably end this one here in about 10, 20, 30 minutes. I really don't know. Kind of just depends. You're going to be here for the end of day stream? Dividend? I thought you have work. Oh, no. Okay, I figured. I was like, I was like, how? You're just saying you're here. My bad. I'm here and we'll be back. Okay, cool. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I hate to say this, but I don't think we're going to get another Google swing like we did the other time we did a stream like this. I don't think we're going to get a trade where it's like the most obvious setup ever, Because today, a lot of charts are going to be like this. We're going to be charts making new highs, and some of them are going to have a slightly higher or slightly lower open, and it's going to be a lot of inside candle setups because of SPY breaking lower and a lot of these charts being around all-time highs. So today is either, and the reason I say this, I'm trying to like project onto y'all, like what I'm thinking. All that in a TLDR, I'm basically saying tomorrow is either going to be a red day, but it's going to come from an obvious signal, meaning anybody could jump into it. So it might not be the highest probability of trades to be in. So even if we're wrong on that and it does keep going down, we're at least in the mindset of like, all right, that was possible, but not in the mindset of like, let's short the shit out of this. So there's either going to be a lot of obvious bearish setups that could be a trap, or there's going to be some hidden bullish setups that you're going to have to put confidence in because you think the market's going to keep bouncing back up, which it very well may. I can't even speak English. So that's kind of my mindset on that. Let me know if you guys have anything different. But I do feel like we're going to see a lot of obvious bearish setups today based on right now's price action, which could lead into a lot of those setups that fail, right? That could mean a lower open tomorrow and we get a hammer and then all those setups fail and we end up going up. Tomorrow's a slight green day. I hate doing that too because it kind of limits the setups. Now, we're not going to limit anything. We're still going to go through everything like we normally would when we go through that other stream, like I do for my swings. But we're definitely going to be in the mindset of like, okay, is this obvious? Like, is this a little too obvious? Is this a little too obvious that SPY is trying to pull back? Which might lead into the exact opposite reaction. It might lead into actually providing liquidity for upside potential. So I'll have to pay attention to that. And that is something you have to think about. Every time you go through your swings, it doesn't matter what scanner you're running. You do need to go back and check your overall market just to kind of understand, okay, is the market up or down? Does it look like it's going to go up or down? Does this provide more probability for my trade? Because if I'm seeing a bearish setup and everything looks bearish, yes, very high probability. But is it too obvious? Which on SPY, I think it's a little too easy to say right now. Like, yeah, we're going to pull back. It's too easy. The last 4 times this has happened, it's just kept bouncing up. I even have a tweet on this. Top is in crowd will just continue to fuel new highs. That was back here. I typed that on one of these 2 days. I said the bears are going to keep fueling the bulls. What happened? More all-time highs. So it's not anything different yet, right? It's a good start, I'll be honest, because we have some slowdown. Then we have this candle, right? Whereas all these other ones, it's just like a 1-2 day thing, But this one actually had a couple days of slowdown, and we have a pullback. So this is a lot stronger than our previous setups. So that is a big thing. But this is exactly how new highs are made.
don't get more upside without people being wrong thinking we're going to go down. You got to get more of that. So that'll be pretty important to pay attention to. And that could honestly lead into us not really finding a whole lot of swing setups today. We might have like 50 things we're like, oh my God, this could be a good next watch. But that's probably what we'll end up having today in our later stream. We'll probably just create a watch list of different things that are warming up or are looking better and better that we could start. And don't get me wrong, there are still plenty of setups. Like I just clicked on McDonald's, not a bad look. Target, we've known for a long time. This has been trying to warm up before their next earnings. So, I mean, there are still going to be other potential feasible setups. But I'm just saying it is definitely going to limit the number of setups we normally get. Because there's days, like I told y'all, where we get like 2 or 3 things that we really like. And then the next day we'll get like 50. And the next day we'll have 0. You know, it's like, that's just how it is sometimes. You're not always going to find a bunch of different setups you actually like. And then there's some that are too obvious. Ding, 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 ding. Like, a lot of people are probably going to start shorting this. And they might get their initial lower open. But the bid after that's going to definitely screw them. And they're not going to give them an obvious breakdown of this. And maybe they do. Maybe they do get the obvious move. Since there's so many bulls on Intel. But stuff like that, you know, it's just, some of it's a little too obvious. And that might be the case for SPY today. We might see big scary red candle, bring fear. We might have a lower open tomorrow. And then we might have a really big green day again tomorrow. Or a slight inside bar. Like, you never know. So you just gotta, that's why I always say, like, the rule of 2. Never, like, take the first thing you see. You should use that first thing to find the next thing you see. And then use that to get into your trade. Whether it's going up or going down or whatever the hell you're looking at. But you should not ignore looking at whatever that second thing is. Chewy could be a good short. Shop could be a good short. I don't really want to short Whirlpool, but we'll watch that one. Nike is still up here from that gap up. That's crazy to me. Kava. Kava's still a good watch, honestly. I'll have to come back to that one. Oklo never fails to impress me. Snow, I don't know where I mean, I've been following this because of username. But I was surprised it didn't keep making new highs and that it is rejecting. I mean, not today. Of course, it makes sense it's rejecting today, but the fact it didn't break higher the other day. Coin pulling back. That was another one we were talking about dip buys on a couple weeks ago. And then some of these are from you guys. Dude, some of these look like 5-minute charts, and then you look back up and you're like, oh my god, this is the daily on DraftKings. Like, didn't this look like a 5-minute chart? Sheesh. I was clearing the default so I can use it for a larger time frame charting later. What's up, Linwood? Good to see you. Alexis, be right back. No problem, Rigney. On this uptrend, we have tested 9 EMA on the daily many times. Every time we hear top is in. Dude, let me go find that tweet. Like, I'm not joking you. The day I typed this tweet, I shit you not. My entire feed, my following feed, my regular feed of people I'm not even following. Dude, it was full of, yo, the top is in. Yo, there's no way that this goes up more. Like, people are using the news and the fear they read and hear about from, like, online too much, and they're allowing it to get into their head. That's what it is. I don't even think these other people are stupid. I think they're just unaware. Yeah, here's my tweet.
Oh wait, that's October 1st. Here we go. September 23rd. I'm not joking. The day that this happened, where is this at? This day right here. I said it on this day. The top is in crowd will continue to fuel the bulls. Bro, there was a comment and he deleted it, actually. Now that I'm looking back at this, unless it's in the probable spam. I don't know where that's taking me. Okay, it's not there. But there was a little reply to this, or maybe it was this one they replied to. No, okay, they just deleted it. I don't know where it went, but someone was like, yeah, so what, buddy? Everyone who says this is just coping that the market's going to keep going up and this and that. And I'm like, dude, you were literally providing the liquidity for this to keep going up. That's what I mean by this tweet. I don't mean to be a hater, but if you've been a bear on this uptrend the past few times, you're tripping. There's been obvious indications on us still holding and when we're not, right? And I've gone over every single one of them. It's pretty insane whenever you hear that stuff and people. The top is in crowd. You hear someone say that shit, just ignore them. I did post a funny meme, I think, with posting that though. Where is it? Oh, this one. I almost put it here. I said the top is in, but I put yeah, we might be cooked. Cause this chick's like, oh my, y'all need to go click on that tweet and watch that video. It is fucking hilarious. It's like those memes though where they're like, yo, strippers in New York are making like a bunch of money, blah blah blah. That's a good sign the economy is going down. Like when you see the weird parts of our economy going up, it's like, okay, nice. That those would be like, there's like a memes, there's memes for that of our economy failing and different indications of that. But I saw that and that's what it reminded me of. I'm like, oh my god, yep, that's all time high. So as a joke, it's funny, but definitely shouldn't be just like going online and tweeting, guys, the top is in. Guys, we're near all-time highs. Like we might be, we might not be. What is the point of holding yourself to either one? There is no point to that. So you can be right in front of other people online who don't give a fuck about you. Like that's essentially what you're doing when you're doing that online. Guys, watch me be right. Like anyone can delete a tweet, make it look like they're right all the time. You can like edit a tweet, I think, for like a minute or something now. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, it's just nuts. No, I do need to go back onto this chart though and get this back going. Unless it's already on this one. Oh, it might already. No, I just deleted it all. Okay. Yeah, I just got to redraw it. The backwards fibs on the pullbacks we got, I really wanted to draw those because we had this drawback. To that one, I'll just leave it. We don't need to mark it. And all we did was get back over the 50% pretty quickly. Held for a couple days. We had that. Oh, it was an outside bar continuation, and then pretty much since then it's just been rough trading. And you would know this if you've been in my streams. All of these days have honestly been pretty clean on the intraday time frames. This one specifically was the best, of course, because the most movement in a single direction very quickly. But these also had moments like that, too. It's not like these days have been impossible to trade, you know. But it's like, come on, man. We just popped up. Like, think about this. Ever since this candle, right? And this is where I want to show you the difference between people in my chat and people around the market. Most people around the market look at this chart. Let me delete this because they're not drawing that. Most people are looking at their chart like this, and they're going, oh, we're bullish from here. Nice. We should go up more. What? Huh? We should go up more. Well, yeah, we have a bullish signal here. We should go up more. Okay, okay. And then they get mad that we don't go up more. They are literally providing the liquidity for us to pull back because they're late to being bullish. Now, let me show you what someone in my chat sees. Right? We draw our backwards fib. It's just a very casual... Well, I say backwards fib, and then I literally drew it wrong. Backwards fib, draw from our low to our last high of our most recent dip, and this helps us get, really what we're focusing on is, can this level, yep, that's what I wanted. Can this level hold? This one here. And then what are our targets if we do make a new high? If we make a new high above this, that's new all-time highs, where can we go? And we like to have those marked out as well and have that ready so it's not just like, we're going into space and there's nothing to pay attention to, right? No, there is actually a feasible way of getting good levels drawn. So let's delete all that and redraw the just important part. So
So that helps you get that. So what someone in my chat sees, remember, any average person on the market sees this, and that's where they're bullish from. New high, green candle, go up. That's caveman. We're not cavemen in here. My chat has been bullish since this candle. Can anybody tell me why? And remember the rule of two. I'm not sitting here saying one reason to be bullish. There's actually two really, 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 really good reasons on my chart right here, right now. No EMAs, no volume, no nothing. You let me know, and then I'll let you guys know if you're right or wrong. And then we'll go over it, because I'd like to explain. But there's actually two really big indications with this particular candle. I would love anyone in here to be able to answer that for me. Why has my chat been bullish since this candle? Are my members of my community witches? Are they wizards? Are they mages? We will never know, I guess. But who can tell me why? And it's pretty clear as day. I'll be honest. There's even a tertiary reason. Bonus points if you get that. But I'm really looking for the main 2 points I'm looking for here. Let's see who can get it. Doji Sandwich. Actually, wait, the other one, Morningstar. Come on, who can get it? Who can get it? Hammer that broke back above the 5 and also a Morningstar. The 5, you're meaning the halfway point, I'm assuming. Yes, that is one of the reasons. Because we got back above this level. What is the other main reason, guys? And some of you are literally naming it. And you have gotten it right. But I wanted to see if someone would say the exact thing I was looking for. But some of you got it. But I want to make sure we're thinking about it the right way. Okay, so anybody who named any of those patterns, you are correct. It's the fact we had a bullish pattern, but not just the bullish pattern. Can we really emphasize why this is so powerful? And I really need you to understand this because a lot of the time, these candles are at the top and bottoms of trend, relying on the next candle to provide them with information to give us short-term direction, right? A lot of big fancy words, right? So the reason this is so important, and I'm going to delete this. The reason this combination of candles is so important is not because it's a bullish candlestick pattern. What about that bullish candlestick pattern makes it so important? We were just bearish. Why is this not bearish? Red candle. Why not go down? We got a gap down. After the candle that we all know, and if I need to explain again, this candle is a doji. It is a sandwich. It is a 50-50. I don't know where the fuck I'm going candle. We could have gotten a lower open. We could be dumping, making new fresh lows in the market this very moment. We're not. Why is that? Because we got a gap up. This gap up momentum after this candle, and I'm not joking, is very important. You will see this at the top and bottoms at a lot of your trends. It is that important. When you get a gap up, and we actually got follow through in a higher close, which is nice. It didn't just, gap up and then dump. Then that would have been a bearish candle, right? But we didn't. We got a nice little bullish candle here, right? I didn't throw on EMAs. I didn't give you this bullshit about some trend line being here and saying, yep, that's a higher low. Keep it going. That's it. That's it. The momentum there. Great initial movement. Now, let's throw our information back on the screen. Backwards fib. And remember, we're drawing this because we had the market pull up, pull back, and this is where it held before pulling back up. So if you go from the low to the high, that's what we're looking for. The very next day after drawing this fib, it got back above this level and gives you short-term indication of like, okay, we're kind of bullish as long as we're holding this candle, this level in this candle. The ground that we have gained, this candle, the meat, right? We've gone up to this point, we've held it. What did it do the next day? Another gap up. Okay, so there's probably a little bit of leakage on that upwards momentum. Not a crazy candle, but is it ruining us saying, yes, we're more bullish than bearish? No, it's not changing a single thing. Next day opens lower. Still not the end of the world, because we know if it breaks this, then it's the end of the world. But it didn't do that. It didn't even get close. It held the top of it. Didn't even get to the level itself. But just to make things a little bit easier, because you're not going to just rely on one level on your smaller time frames. There's a little bit more to look at. And then what happened next? Huge gap down, actually. Huge gap down. So probably a little bit of liquidation as well as news there, but I'm not going to give you that bullshit. I'm just going to say it's liquidity. But either way, held on to this day's open, got back over this day's 50%, right? So there was no reason to become more bearish after seeing this large open, right? That is definitely bearish. But the fact that we were able to get above or hold this day's open, get back above this day's halfway point, I'm just drawing. I'm sure that's not close. Let's see where it is. Because again, we would be drawing that on an intraday chart. Yeah, so the fact that it didn't break this and went back above this gives you, again, okay, now we have chances to go up again. All these people in between here just got trapped who are trying to short. And now, look, I just did all that yapping, and we still haven't even gotten to when the rest of these idiots are finally like, oh, we're going up. The rest of the market is just now realizing, oh, shit. We just went through so much before that even happened. So much missed opportunity here from your average market. From your average market viewer, your average market trader. That's just facts. There's even funds. There's full-on professional banks full of people who do this for a living that are failing right now because this market is hard to track. You can look up all the famous funds and banks losing money right now, and a lot of the big boys are not doing so good right now. They always like to say, oh, your average trader doesn't do so good. You know, the big banks aren't doing so hot either right now. The big money traders aren't doing so great. It's because this market's hard to follow. But it's not hard to follow if you have simple conditional thinking. You have theory-based, theory backing behind that, saying if this, then that, your conditional thinking beyond that. What is it supposed to do? What is this supposed to do? What are we expecting from this? Like, you need to have all of that down. I know it sounds like a lot of weird shit I'm saying, but it's true. And now, what have we done? So now that you understand the difference between, your average person and someone in my group, someone that pays attention to these average and it's funny too, because have I gone through anything that's like super complex? No, not really. I didn't pull out any indicators. I didn't pull out any other information off the screen. It's literally just a fib. We've been talking about the context from start to the middle of our story to finish. Now that we're here, it's kind of funny that you see this price action now, and why it might not be that surprising. You see these two candles, or these three candles really, and you just think, oh, indecision. And you can kind of understand that because people who are smart have already been bullish. Now the majority of the crowd is getting in late. Now we're getting all this indecisive bullshit price action. Where is that possibly coming from? It's because too many people are bullish. So no shit, we're going to have an obvious bullish market have some red candles in it right there. That just makes the most sense. I will say, though, today is pretty impressive, considering it's literally the length of everything I just talked about above that old all-time high. Like, if you think about it, this is the all-time high. This is the old all-time high. We just basically destroyed all of that room in one day, right? What took us 3 days up to this point to even do from here to here? We just did that all in one day. So what should our next day give us based on this? Of course, outside of the obvious, oh, if we break this, there's a chance of going down. Oh, if we break this, there's a chance of going up. Outside of that, what can happen after this day? A reset day. What is a reset day? What the hell? This is a very old term in my group. It's been going around for 5+ years. We're going to take the 50% of this candle because it's very important. It's the new all-time high. And God forbid we don't break this level today, we'll be about, this will be what it looks like unless we pull up or something. So going into tomorrow, regardless of a higher or lower open, which again, remember what we talked about, it doesn't matter in terms of full on, this is how it's going to go the rest of the day. It could just be an initial signal. So you see how over here we gapped up but had a red day? Here we gapped down but had a green day. But it's because of the macro, right? We know that from this point we should be going up. So it's okay if we go up to the middle part of this range, have a rest day after a gap up, and it doesn't go anywhere. It moved. It did its thing that day. It doesn't need to go anywhere. So this isn't necessarily a red day. It's just a chill, I'm here reset day, right? But on an uptrend. So what should the next day do based on that? On higher probabilities. We should have green days after this kind of candle. Just makes the most sense.
having a lower open to go along with it, yeah, sure. Throw it in there so we can build liquidity to trick people to go up more. Makes sense to me. And then vice versa. You know, like when we're slowing down, like, is it that crazy we're getting a gap up, a gap down, a gap up, another gap? Like, it's really not that crazy because it is indecision. The more gaps and all that interchanging back and forth and stuff, it makes sense. The majority of people just now became bullish on this candle. So it makes sense we're getting indecision now. Pretty nasty day today, though. I won't lie. 0.5% on a $670 stock or index. But yeah, pretty important stuff we're talking about here in the stream. I hope you're paying attention because I know sometimes I'm not the greatest at putting things together, but like that theory behind how we do things is everything, right? I'm trying to give a good example. Like, let's say we're playing basketball. Does everybody here somewhat know what the hell basketball is? All right. So if there's 5-on-5, right? And let's say for some stupid ass reason, 4 people on the defense go to the far left side of the court, and there's only one guy in the paint, right? In the middle of the court, ready to defend. Is it freaking smart for me to pass out to the right, go to the left where the 4 defenders are? Like, there's an obvious choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can kind of pick up on the probabilities of things based on what's in front of you. That's exactly what I'm going over. We're just going over different lanes in front of us, all possibilities, but the probabilities of them happening all have a big difference. So you need to have this kind of thinking behind your strategy or behind whatever you're doing when you're trading, this context, which it's funny because you could apply everything I'm saying to literally anyone's strategy. But you need to be going through this stuff or you won't have that, oh, look, this is happening, I'm going to be bullish now. Oh, this is happening. Like, you won't have those conditions or those triggers, people like to say. Those triggers to kind of get you into being this or being that, you know? You need to have that intuition, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, rant over. Sorry, that was honestly a lot longer than I was trying to go. But I hope some of that stuff made sense. Because, I mean, I'm not trying to make it seem like we're so much better and smarter than everyone else. We're not. That's not what I'm saying. But there's a really big difference in how we look at things. So you need to start taking advantage of that advantage. Take the advantage of how you look at things and how you could be possibly ahead of the market. We were bullish since this day. I've been preaching nothing but buy the dip since that candle. And I'm not trying to sit here and be like, oh my God, I'm so great. I'm so good. Listen to everything I do. I lost 2 swings today. I had to scalp to get my money back today and some. I had to be profitable, I had to scalp. Like, I can be wrong. I am human. But we also need to be confident. You need to be sure about what you're doing when you're doing these things. Like, yes, I am doing this unless that happens, you know? But yeah. Be confident. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, well, it's a screenshot of it. $9.25. Damn. Yeah, I'd focus on long swings until we see a break of the hammer on the daily. 9.25. Would anyone like to point out the 9.25 candle to me? Again, not doing this to be like, oh, I'm so smart, follow everything I do and say. No, don't. But you gotta really follow up on your context. We didn't break anything over here. We didn't break this hammer. Like, we didn't break shit. Yeah, we did initially. Don't get me wrong. We did break it initially. It was a pretty scary day. But us pulling up and doing that on a market that's been in an uptrend kind of makes sense that this is just another dip buy. Now, is this one that? We don't know yet. We haven't gotten that drawback. It hasn't even done this, right? It's funny because this is all still part of the uptrend. It has yet to even do that move where it does give us even some sort of pullback. Like, nothing has happened yet. Yes, this is a big red day. Don't get me wrong. 0.6% day. Pretty nice, honestly. for SPY movement, but it's still funny. We still haven't really put ourselves in a position where it's like, oh shit, we should fall more. So big emphasis on the old all-time high. Big emphasis on the bottom of that hammer for more downside. If these hold, kind of expecting that inside bar that we talked about. And then if we do go up, what are we paying attention to? The 50% of this day, which that's not it right now, but it'll change. But about right there, we'll be looking at the 50% of this day and the bottom of that hammer. Then we just got a bunch of midpoints or emerging I mean, really, you should just be doing midpoints. I'd have this day's 50%, this day's 50%, and that's about it. Oh, and this one, because if we go up. So kind of having things in case we go up, having things ready in case we go down, which in this case, you have forward targets drawn from our backwards fib and all that good stuff. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions about any of these breakdowns or any of these big, long rants I've been having. Feel free to cut me off whenever. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it all. How many people did we get to react to that? 12, I guess, because me. But 13 total. We got a lot of bullish bull shareholders in here. I love it. She's definitely screwing us around today. Down 5%. And my bad, guys. I wasn't reading the channel or the chat. I was just trying to focus on what I was talking about. Because sometimes I read the channel and I just forget. Oh, yeah. Hopefully that was somewhat informational or enjoyable to listen to. I really am serious about that, though. You really can't apply pretty much anything I talked about onto any system. It doesn't matter what indicators or whatever the hell you use. People like to say system all the time now these days, and it's not like a real strategy they're promoting. But I'm serious about that. That's like a real theoretical thing you can put behind anything you're doing. It's really just taking advantage of your context and using it moving forward. But using the right context. I can garden if that's what you want. I'll put a stream marker on it right now. It'll probably be a bit long because I was talking for a bit. Do I have anything for IWM? What's up, Nick? Good to see you again. Earlier when I covered this... Oh, wait, no, this was yesterday. Sorry, I didn't say anything about it today. Yesterday I said, oh, it's pulling back. Watch for a dip buy at PDC, and then it held the gap and went back up. But after that, I didn't look at it. I did see it pulled back here, though. Kind of nice. Kind of end of day. Didn't really do anything new. And then today, really doing what SPY did, too. Huge pullback. I would say the big indicator was once it failed this level here. But the fact it just kept going red, green, red, green, red, green. I mean, there's like no buyer taking over any kind of high here. Like this didn't get over that, this didn't get over that, this didn't get over that, this didn't get over that. It's like the perfect staircase down. But yes, I do have levels ready for this chart if that's what you meant. I love my IWM chart. Because whenever I can't trade SPY or I can't find jack shit to trade, dude, this thing always serves me up. When I'm homeless, I find home in IWM. Yeah, I got you, Garden. Great idea. I will definitely do that. It'll probably be a bit longer, though, because I had like 2 rants like with a little bit of a pause in between, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. If I showed you the clipping tool that I have to use, you would be baffled. That was a lot of talking. But honestly, that is like the meat and potatoes of like everything we do here. Outside of like your obvious like, you know, signals and candlestick pattern, like all that stuff is salad dressing. The meat and potatoes is truly like the theoretical stuff. Like if you've watched, that's why I'm really happy that we've had this playlist for a long time now. But if you're a member of the YouTube, if you're, I don't even remember what membership you need in the Discord to do this, but most people have it. The BB Theory playlist.
If you've gone through that playlist, you have set yourself up with everything I just broke down. I mean, sometimes I go over things a little bit deeper and stuff, but those videos are really, really good for that exact reason. Because it's literally meant to go over not just the obvious, oh, if this candle does this, you should be more bullish than... Like, no shit. Anybody could recognize that. But having that intuitive, like, backing behind it, you know, the theory of, like, oh, well, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. And that's why I always compare it to the movie thing, because it's the only thing that really makes sense in my head. Like, when I tried to do the basketball example, like, I guess it was okay, but it wasn't the best. But the best example really is comparing it to, like, movies. You know, let's say we're watching a crime movie, and all movie long, we're just so suspect about this one guy. We're like, this guy has to be the killer. That would be you and me gathering context throughout a period of time, and then guessing on a probability. That's kind of what we're doing in trading. Right? We're not guessing. We're taking the lane we see as a lesser evil or as one that has us set up for potentially more success than the other. Right? That's pretty much all we're doing. If people don't like it, they can fast forward. I love that mindset. God put a fast forward button on this planet for a reason. But that's the only thing I can really think about when I try to compare it to anything. I really do just think about, like, you know, because I feel like some people are pretty good at that. You know, when you're watching like an anime or a show or a movie or pretty much anything, like, you get good context on things. You end up rooting for someone. You end up going against someone. You end up kind of guessing some of the stuff that could happen at the ending. Like, that's kind of what you're doing with trading. I mean, we're not rooting for things like in that same sense, but you know what I mean. And thanks, guys, for all the likes on the stream. I am going to end the stream after all those rants and stuff. Be around at 11 PST, 1 CST, 2 EST. Yeah, that's right. I just named every time zone except Mountain. Get wrecked. I'll see you guys then for the swing stream and stuff like that. Remember, I'm trying my best not to talk in those as much. I try to focus on what I'm looking at until I get everything ready, and then, of course, I'll feel free to discuss as much as I need to or want to in those streams. But I'm definitely a lot more talkative in these. So I'll see you guys in those if you happen to catch me later. If not, I'll see you tomorrow or whenever. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys.